This week on Summer House, Kyle's apology tour continues. Also, I have decided that we need Showmance cutouts. And finally, West feeding everyone is downright adorable. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as the thimble you could fit all 10 years of Kyle's emotional growth into. Woo!
That was a good
Suck
one.
on that, Kyle! You stupid.
Yeah, I needed that today. Cooke doesn't feel good.
She doesn't feel good.
Thyroglobulin antibodies go away for another day.
Cells.
Yes.
No, please do not send any cells through the mail, please. Thank you.
If we had a P.O. box,
Then we could get your cells.
This is why we
anyway.
don't.
I just
Sorry.
needed everyone to know that off the top of the bat because they look like something that crawled out of a drain. And I
no,
need
you look
people-
beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I feel terrible.
You look tired. That's
I
it. And that's
am
all. But like
tired.
this natural beauty, like, would you die to look like this when you're tired? Oh my, I would look like. I look like I don't even know the word for it. It says not the good.
I feel grossa, Josia grossi. Wait, update on my dating life. I might have a date with an Italian. Yeah. He's apparently very cute and lives in a
usually
town.
are.
Loves animals, has a dog,
That's not a fist pump.
and also has a good job and loves his family and lives in a town close to us. That's all I'll say. Minnie is very excited about my date. Well, he hasn't asked me
Minnie's
yet.
like, he was asking me on that date. I hadn't got back to him yet.
You catty bitch. Yeah.
Where's he from?
Italy,
Italia?
but I don't know where in Italy.
Oh, like that kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Italian.
No, he's a real
like
Italian.
A real, not
Not
wow.
like me Italian.
No, but that's my favorite kind. Jersey Italians are my
Yeah,
favorite.
you know. Oh my God! Wait. Speaking of Italians, Meteor Wine, who I know is not Italian, but it gets to being Italian, brought up this Italian's favorite bagel place of all time, and we will get to it when we get to the comments. Which, hold on, leads me to I have to just read one of our comments right away.
Please do.
Because I just realized this. I don't know if everyone watching realizes that at the end of our every episode, well, 9 out of 10 episodes, Minnie is on one.
I know.
Jeez.
I think Minnie got into my Adderall.
Give me some of your cells.
Minnie's like, no one's asking me for myself.
I'll take mini cells. I don't know if everybody listening, especially if you're new here, knows that we read comments from all of the wonderful people in our community at the end of the show because Maximum Dull said, I was listening in the background of work and noticed you read my comment. It was a pleasant surprise, especially since I am up to my eyeballs in research. So it was a morale boost. Thanks. And
I feel like I've read like a million of Maximum
Maximum's
Dulls.
been here for a minute.
yes.
I don't know if I like. Maybe that
Maximum,
was
do
the
you
first
not
time.
ever reach the end? If that's the first time you've heard one of your comments read,
Yeah. There's been a few.
I would
It's
say,
so many.
I mean, I would
Yeah.
say multiple.
I would say too.
multiple shows spanning.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jen O'Toole has gone. Hopefully, she's just busy. But I think Maximum Dull was our Jen O'Toole before Jen O'Toole.
Yeah.
Not that you're not our Jen O'Toole, which just means good
Insightful.
psychological
Yeah.
analysis
Yes.
and shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Stuff
I just
like
wanted
that.
to put out there to everyone, stay till the end because that's when the
Yeah.
party really starts. 'Cause it fold everyone in our community into the conversation. And I will tell you, I felt like the comments from last week's Summer House episode were 10 out of 10. Everyone had such good stuff to say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ideas and opinions on Kyle and Amanda.
Yes.
Which usually it's like there's a lot of this or there's a lot of that. This was a lot of so many
Unity.
about those things.
Everyone
about those two. Like
Felt the same, I think.
but there was a bunch of different viewpoints is what I'm
really?
saying. Yeah. I think normally it's like, no, Craig's amazing. No, Craig's a jerk. Sorry, Craig.
Craig's not even in this scene.
Yeah, no, totally.
Not even on this show.
Yeah.
Let
But
it
it's,
go,
It's
huh?
normally, most of the time, it's that, I think. And then, but this, I was like going through the comments and I'm like, dude, this is the 12th different idea I've heard about what's going on with Kyle and Amanda. And I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
We got smart people out there.
Very smart.
Yeah.
But I also read them as like we're all swimming in the same pool. They weren't so different.
Well, nobody agreed that they should stick together. That's for sure. Or
That's
that
right.
they should have been together in the first
Oh
place.
no, but everyone agrees that they should be not together.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
so
mean.
that's what I'm saying. Like, because most people are like, oh, I hate Craig, I love Craig. Everyone is like, these two people should definitively not be together.
Yeah, that was the one common denominator. But
Yeah.
why they thought that, I thought was interesting.
Well,
'cause
we will
there's
get into it. So stay tuned till the end. Also, if you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, tell a friend, hype, and is that it?
Pretty much. I want everyone to write everything that they want. And then if you give a crap about it being read, I feel like a lot of people are just like, I just need to get this out. And nobody's sticking around to the end. They don't give a shit about it. But if you do, either the shorter the better because we can fit them in. We can fit more in.
Yeah. That's a great tip.
Yeah. Or write it all out because you got to get it all out. And then at the end, just write TLDR, here's the gist, whatever.
The AI bullet points,
yeah.
the AI summary.
But I'm also like compiling them into like social media posts. So if you don't want it read on social media, if you don't want it like posted, you might want to mention that please don't.
That's right. If you're in the witness protection program or just shy, let us know because we will drop your social media pants in front of the world.
So then also those, if they're just 3 or 4 lines, are much easier to do. I don't know. There's, probably nobody gives a shit about this, but I just want to tell you that it's our favorite thing. There's just so many of them now that it is hard to read all my favorites because of our time limit.
Truly.
I don't abide by no time limits.
He agrees with us when we're talking about it, and then he's telling you like, "I'll be reading whatever I want." And like,
right. So then we look like a-holes.
Yeah.
And he looks like the shining
I never
star.
agreed to it.
Well, you didn't disagree to it.
Are you trying to be Austin or Craig telling me that I'm different off camera than I am on camera?
Yes.
I would never break the fourth wall.
You just did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you totally did.
No, I'm leading by example.
Then you Craiged it.
No, they do that on Summer House today too, which like I get it. You had said originally when I brought it up, you were like, I don't mind it if it's in the context of this when you're acting different when you're on camera. When Amanda says tonight, it's all good and great while the cameras are rolling, and then I don't hear from you. Like you basically disappear out of my life once they're down. I totally am with you on that.
Yes.
Like it made perfect sense. Yeah.
What about the time in this episode where Sierra was like, oh, she's talking to Pam. I'll figure Pam clearly that was a producer. They showed the producer in that next shot. Like that's why Sierra didn't go talk when they were like, you should go talk to her. And she was like, oh, she's talking to Pam or Joe, whoever it was.
It didn't bother me because again,
that's a full-blown producer. That could be the executive producer of the show. Like that's how serious this little fight is.
Cards on the Table, I listened to it in the car from my mom, so I didn't get a lot of visuals this episode. And then use my voice recorder for notes.
But again, it is falling under the umbrella of what is not to me like a criminal offense for these shows because it's germane to the storyline that we are witnessing all of the bits and pieces of the storyline.
Yeah.
So like we saw the fight. We've seen them fight about the same thing every summer for 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's what she was saying to Pam, the producer. And then we saw the shot of the back of Pam's head. And it's like, okay, I get it. That's fine for me.
Yeah. Foof.
Don't you dare, Foof.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Pat Clark's watching you, Foof.
Here. And I hate rewarding this, but it's the only way to keep this plan alive.
Okay, so top of the pops?
Yeah.
Shall we? Okay, so we are at the end of
5.
This is when, Kyle gives his grandstanding apology to everyone, but the one person he should be giving the apology directly to storms off. And what is interesting / I love seeing this season is nobody's siding with Kyle. Mm-mm. And I don't want Kyle to feel like a piece of shit. I don't dislike Kyle. And I even said that last year. I don't think Kyle is some horrible person. I think Kyle's overarching problem is Kyle won't let himself just be Kyle. You shouldn't be in this relationship because you want to be free. You want to be partying till all hours of the night, or find someone who wants to party their tits off and go to Burning Man and be at the DJ booth with you. That's where your problem lies.
Yeah. Well, if I liked Kyle, I would say call me, but I don't.
So it's like, that's the issue. And I feel like everyone is seeing Amanda just be so calm and logical about this. And his behavior is so petulant. He's a petulant child that you just can't back him. So even when he storms out and he's sitting on the porch, and it was funny when he's like, now I know why they got these chairs out here.
Yeah.
So I could basically pout on them.
Yeah.
Even Carl, who God bless, I love Carl. Even Carl doesn't have like the chutzpah in this moment to give Kyle the real advice that he should be giving him, which is your behavior was a problem. Like you shouldn't be having this conversation here. He's saying like, oh, just don't let it bother you. It's like, you're not being honest with him because you don't want the fight with him either right now.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see everybody not wanting to, like, Kyle has just kind of positioned himself into this like toxic corner and nobody really wants to touch it.
So Kyle, you cannot tell Kyle anything.
No.
My mom was a teacher at my school growing up. She taught 3rd grade. I was in 6th grade at this time, and whenever I'd have a lunch break or whatever, I would go in and help her grade her papers and hang out with her class while she graded whatever. I remember like there was a couple boys, one in particular, that I just remember being like always just kind of like gyrating. He was just like always like moving and like arguing and like just like was very much needed to get his point when something was happening. He'd be like, "Nuh-uh," like, and just that's what Kyle looks like to me. It's like he cannot control. He has no self-control. He listens to no one. When he says, "I am who I am," you got that right. Like that's the thing. There are many good qualities about Kyle that I think probably most of them are probably as a friend and as a business person.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Bending for anyone else is not going to work. And people that I'm sure have had the best intentions to tell him, I know you, you're like my brother. I've known you longer than anybody here. And I could tell you, here's where you're messing up. In that moment, you can see Kyle being like, yeah, totally. Yeah. And then literally walk off and be like, and another thing, you know, like I feel like nobody wants to tell him anything because everyone's tried to tell him in 15 different languages over the last 10 years. And it just like, it never works. But I am so irritated that this season will probably be, this will be overarching like a cloud over every episode that like I'm irritated at both of them. And I just want to always keep in mind, you guys were always the same. Probably Kyle mostly has been Kyle be Kylein since Kyle was born. So if you didn't catch that, Amanda, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of mutual blame here for the fact that you are in a marriage that you are now about to dissolve. Yeah. And I take that seriously. I'm sure we all take that seriously, but like you should not have gotten married ever. The writing was on the wall.
And I think she realizes that because she did say later in the episode, she was like, I unfortunately basically like, I love this guy. And listen, what is that? The road to hell is paved with good intentions and has a thatched roof of well wishes. It's like, they meant well. They did fall in love with each other. There were obviously great times that were had and all that kind of stuff. And those moments like that Mike pointed out last episode where like he genuinely made her laugh at maybe a joke that everyone else would have clocked as a dad joke. It really tickled her pickle. But I've been watching a lot of couples therapy. Have you guys ever watched this show?
I've seen it.
It's excellent. Yeah, very intense. Yeah. And it's funny because the most recent season, there was this couple on, this man and this woman. It was like a traditional kind of hetero relationship, not open. And the guy was so intense. And you could see that the woman was just like, she was so beaten down because she couldn't, there was no space for her in the room because he just, and with his rage, he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the therapy, I think it's psychoanalysis. It's not like regular talk therapy. So finally the therapist interjected, which she rarely does, and is just like, I don't think you're hearing that your wife is saying she needs like a shift from you. And he's like, but I'm sorry. I think maybe it was the reverse. Basically it was, he was saying like, I'm telling her that like, this is who I am. And like, this is what I need. And the therapist said, and she's telling you she can't handle that. And so maybe that's just not going to work here. And he's like, well, I don't accept that. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you, this is my need and you should be able to meet it.
Yeah.
And she goes, what you're not understanding is not everyone is able to meet your needs.
Yeah.
And that is life.
Yeah.
That is human connection. And that's why people get divorced and aren't together and whatever. And when I was watching Kyle say that part of like, I am who I am, normally I would have taken that as like, oh, that's such BS, grow up, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, no. This is just who this guy is. And Amanda, World, whoever dates him next, that's got to work for you.
Yeah.
Because he is never going to be aligned in any other way unless some massive shift in him happens. And he's 43 years old. The cake is pretty baked on a 43-year-old man. And I just think it's that thing I heard in couples therapy where she's just like, that not everyone can catch the ball that you're throwing to them.
Yeah.
And you got to realize that. And Kyle is impervious to Amanda's demands.
Yeah.
He refuses to change. He is immovable.
Mm-hmm.
And all she wants is him to change. He won't do it, yet he won't let her go. And then she's drifting away. And it is just this vicious cycle. And they're just not understanding, like, you guys aren't ever gonna, you're not on different pages, you're in different libraries.
Yeah.
You will never be able to receive what he's giving, and he is never gonna change to be what you want, Amanda.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes them's is the breaks.
Yeah.
I think that also, like, and I talked a little bit about that last week, is like how much of this is on Amanda, you know? And somebody told me, oh, if I ever date a dude, I'll find out that they tell you things and then they don't ever do them. If that's a thing, then my point stands. Why are you believing them if you already know that it's bullshit? So Kyle ever saying that, oh, I'll change. That's, I mean, at some point you got to put that on Amanda. And I'm not a fan of Kyle. Kyle really lost me on this one, and I kind of have. I've always been like, oh, he's fun. And Barry, Meteor Wine, kind of made a few comments about, like, you know, there's always a soft spot for Kyle. This is his kind of creation. It was his idea. He got the house. He is the kind of the guy that, you know, brought everyone together. And all of that is true, but he's also 43 now. Like, it's just like, it's kind of getting to that point. And I have notes later or comments about, like, and I think you kind of said it last week, is like, I'm ready for the elders to bounce. These newbies are murdering this fucking season. God. And I am done with the old guy. Like, out. See you. Bring in the newbies. Give me a couple more. And let's go. Let's get it on. But like, this marriage to me seems like what happens at The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Is like, of course you're in love. You just traveled around the world the last 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything has been frickin' perfect.
Yeah.
And then you get home and you're like, wait, hey, there's no roses leading to the bed. Like, who's cooking dinner? Where's craft services? Where's everything? Are we taking a helicopter to this thing tonight? No, dude, we're taking my Honda Civic. You drive a Honda Civic? Yeah, man, I don't know what to take. Like, real life hits.
Yeah.
And if you're on a show, then that's going to last a little bit longer than it should. But I feel like now that's just what happened. Like, Kyle was that guy, and she was like, got starry eyed and was like, I'm gonna Craig Conover this one. You know what I mean? Not that in
He's
a bad.
not even in this scene.
No, I'm just using it as a
show,
reference
Natalie's
of like,
like,
that's Craig's position now, which I talked about last week. Craig is like, and I was on his, like, kind of felt a way about it, like, just that he's in that position now where he's got to guard himself, and he wants to be in the love. He wants all those things. Like, I don't know if Kyle wants that, but my point is, I think that their relationship got bachelorized, and that she got starry-eyed, and then realized she could do some stuff on her own, and was like, what the fuck? This is real life sucks. I'm out of here.
What you were saying last week was like ringing in my head, and I wasn't here last week. Also, just so you know, like, Harris is going to be here as much as he can. We're just trying to add so that we can do more stuff. Tomorrow for Southern Charm, Mike is going to be working. So Harris is going to be here for Southern Charm, but it doesn't mean that Mike's off Southern Charm. So I feel like we were joking last week. about, oh, Natalie wants to do other things with her life. She's moving on to different greener pastures. No, I was just here in a different chair that didn't have a camera on it.
Yeah, when we said moving on, we just meant like off camera, but still in the same space.
In my pajamas, sitting on a chair just a couple feet away from Courtney's head. So
you'll know when Natalie's moved on because there will be nothing posted for weeks and months.
Everything will be over.
Yeah, once the shit
lights
shuts down, you'll know.
There you guys.
Natalie left.
So I was thinking about you saying like how, like when we talk about the cheating stuff, when we talk about just all Kyle, everyone knows I hate Kyle. I never liked this guy ever. But like when you were talking about how like that thing, according to her, she doesn't know if he's ever cheated again since. I'm sure she gets a lot of DMs saying, oh, I saw Kyle here and whatever. But then I just start thinking, just trying to be a fair person, thinking about like, you're out, it's loud, you're trying to talk to people. I bet if anyone ever knew who we were, you would probably get DMs being like, Natalie was out talking to, because I'm just socializing and it's loud and maybe I've got my hand on someone's shoulder trying to hear what they're saying. Like, I'm just saying, I just started picturing, because I know that Kyle has a past of cheating, but I just get the vibe that it has been very drunken infused, totally. Like it's like not like I don't think Kyle's being like, yeah, I'm gonna go out tonight and really hit some chickies up. And
but you think he's cheated but only because he's wasted, or you think he just got like he's
like in the very beginning, I don't totally know. I feel like they were casual and he was probably still being like, I'm kind of famous now, I'm on the show, so I could see that. But Kyle now, I think that Kyle is so worried about his business 24 hours a day that like I don't, like, again, it's a vibe. I don't get the vibe that he is out trying to get laid. I get the vibe that when he goes out and drinks, it is like the only way that Kyle can let go of like all of the stress and anxiety and all the torture of this company that, like, from what we've been shown, has never been an easy roll. It has been a constant suck fest. So
Deborah Traeger, I think it was, not a Kyle fan. But left a comment of like, why isn't anyone calling out that this guy's an alcoholic and has a serious problem? And we had talked about Crosby before, and like we have a mutual, well, all of our friends. This is one of my friends from 6-7 years old. We grew up together, and at one point, it's how Natalie and I met through him. And at one point, and probably anyone who's known Crosby for a while has been like, Crosby an alcoholic? Like this, there might be a problem. And Natalie and I would talk about it and think about it all the time. And one day we realized Crosby doesn't have a problem with alcohol. Crosby has a problem. He has a spidey sense about when the party is over. And that's the problem. Like his problem is the party's ending. And then he turns into an absolute monster, like grabbing.
He's been waiting for this all week. He's been waiting for. He's a party holic.
Yeah, and it's like barely 2:30. What do you guys? It's not even Sunday yet. This is ridiculous. Where are you guys going? You're all a bunch of bad words, and like it gets bad. And so I was telling her, I was like, there's like I don't know if Kyle's not like an alcoholic or not. But I do think he has that party holic thing. And I told her, I'm like, this sounds so silly. And it's not. And one is not better than the other. Like the end result is still the same. The need for some sort of...
The need for speed.
The need for some sort of like therapy or talking it out with a buddy. Some sort of resolution to why this is happening should probably be attained just to help out. But I don't... Like, I'm on the fence if Kyle's an alcoholic. He's a mean drunk. Deborah also said that. I agree with you there.
He totally is.
Yeah.
He's mean, and then he's emotional. He really does run the gamut of Jekyll and Hyde and everything.
Doesn't need to be drunk or to do that, though. I don't think he was drunk on the beach later when he says, just starts firing off insults.
No, but like towards the end of the episode, like he's still drunk when he's up at when he wakes up at 5 a.m. and he's having the anxiety attack.
Oh,
and like,
yeah.
You can tell, like it's just the swing of the pendulum is so fast between both sides, and you just kind of don't really know. He turns very quickly. And I think both of them are equally to blame for this, because they clearly if I may, and I don't want to get into an argument about it, Amanda even said it in one of her confessionals. She's like, I love him, but like love is not, it's like, it's not enough. And because I do really think these two people love each other. You even see in the interviews that they've done since, it's not, at least yet, this contentious divorce. They're hopefully amicably uncoupling. And I think that is a testament to like, no, I really do love you. You're just not the best life partner for me. Because you can, in my experience, you can love someone so much, but if you are not aligned on certain things, or if you are not aligned that you both want to be in bed at 10 o'clock every night, if that's an important thing to you, that can really start to grind someone's gears. It might not for 4 years. It might not for 6 years. But on that 7th year, you might wake up being like, I am tired of going to bed alone, or whatever the stuff is that she's feeling. And I see it. It's so textbook, in my opinion, what's happening with both of them. And hopefully it's clear to them also, which is why maybe they don't have as much anger about it. Cause it's just like, I love you. And I'm not in the business of changing people. First of all, because I don't think people change. And I just want you to be happy and live your best DJing life. And I want you to live your best staying home with the dogs and smoking a J if you want life.
Yeah.
And someone's going to meet Kyle and think that that's great. And someone's going to meet Amanda and think that that's great.
No, I totally agree. I never said that people can't be that love wasn't enough. Being in love, you can love someone. I think she loves Kyle like it's her family at this point. Like this is a guy she spent the last 10 years with, or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think that when you, not the way that I am in love with someone. If I'm in love with someone, I'm obsessed with you, and I will figure out how to make that work.
I was going to say like how you're in love with Craig.
Yeah, and that I figure out how to make that work every day. You're welcome, Craig. Here I am, just figuring it out for the both of us. You can always rely. But I think that you fall out of love because you're not like,
your needs aren't being met.
Exactly. Like when all you want to do is connect, all you want to do is be heard. That's what a woman needs to be in love, is like those things. So if those things,
then she needs action. A woman needs action. Like you can't say like, oh, I want to take the garbage out for you. Then great. Then why am I sitting here with the garbage in my hands? Right. You take it out.
Right. The thing about Amanda is that when Kyle says, and I don't know if this is true, and like I will say this a million times because I know I'm just going to get shit for it. Everyone knows that I do not like Kyle. I wouldn't touch Kyle with a 10-foot pole. Like you want to know the difference between Kyle and Amanda? And please, this is Shannon Fall aside, does not count in this. I mainly mean people in entertainment and people on the screen. That's the difference between a July Leo and an August Leo. There is a difference. And the August Leo should all be on the screen. July Leos don't really need to be. They probably actually
prefer not to be.
Yeah. But there's something but all of our favorite actors are Leos. So
and for clarity, who's the July Leo? Who's the
Kyle is clearly the August Leo. They're deep in the fire, you know. Yeah. They're dancing in the fire. They're doing the fire dance, you know, where as July is just like, oh, summer, I love summer. I just want to lay in my bikini.
And I've got a big ego, but I don't need to be on screen about it.
Yeah. No one needs to tell me about it. Like, I already know. I fill my own cup, you know?
Well, after that explosion and, to me, Carl's not so stellar advice, we just kind of have like a mishmash of Kyle going to DJ, where I was pissing myself when they were taking the cutouts and making it look like Lindsay was jerking Kyle off.
So hilarious. But just to back up for half a second, how hysterical was it, Mia just being like,
oh my God.
They just kept eating. Like so nobody stopped. What is wrong with
Welcome to the house, girl.
Dude, that shit was so amazingly funny.
It was a good reminder to everyone. This ain't normal.
Yeah, this is.
But it is for them.
No, totally. But like, it shouldn't be. It's like the frog in the boiling water. You know? Like, no, you're on fire. Like your legs are like falling off. Like this is not normal.
It shouldn't be this hot in here.
Yeah, and she's like,
cold water first.
What?
That's why you put them in cold water and then turn it to boil.
That's what she said.
That's what I'm saying. Like they've all been just on a slow roll up to 300,000 degrees and don't even realize it.
Yeah, that shit had me peeing my pants. That was so funny.
So wait, then are we then at the?
So we just literally, it's just the first scene happened.
He has just stormed off, and he's talking to Carl about Sierra. Like Sierra is laughing and cackling and throwing zinger jabs and whatever. Just like, listen, this again, I don't feel bad for Kyle. I don't feel bad for him. He brings this on himself, but I do feel like just simmer down. You're witnessing the unraveling of a marriage. And
Are you saying that to Sierra?
yeah. I feel like Sierra can be as annoyed as she wants. I get it. I'm annoyed watching him. Like we had arguments about Kyle. Like I do not like Kyle, but I have been divorced. I have been through that. And I just think like it is, no matter how they got there, this is the most stressful and heartbreaking time of this guy's life. And like when he says like, and he only makes it worse by going, Sierra never goes to bat for me. Well, she shouldn't go to bat for you ever because she is Amanda's friend. That's illogical. She's going to be ride or die for the girl. She's a girl's. When I say girl's girl, I mean with the girls in the house. Like this is how she was with Paige, which is like a really similar scene later that they have that's like identical to a Paige scene from last summer. But anyhow, you can't expect her to go to bat for you. But when he says, I just wish that she was like, basically like, we're both of us are her friends. I can't remember what the line was, but it was like, they have known each other. They met on the same day. They've spent the same amount of time together. Like Kyle cannot expect her to ever be on his side, but he can expect from a friend to just not kick him when he's down. He's like clearly spiraling. And I wish that Sierra would be a little more
I don't know,
like,
man. I hear what you're saying. Yes, she can totally turn the volume down on it. But just that last part about like they met on the same day. I love you, but I would have your back before.
Yeah,
his.
but
I would expect nothing less. I would be weird if you didn't. I'd be like, what are you doing?
I got to clarify this. It's not about having backs. Like I said, he can never expect her to go to bat for him ever. But here's the thing about Courtney. Courtney's here with us all the time. Obviously, I don't know if anyone's been around for any other of these shows where Mike has had a storm off. Mike gets real mad one time, but like
not one time.
Yeah,
there's only one storm out.
I feel like I've cut other storm outs out.
Emotionally, there were more than one. There's more than one storm out.
Oh, sorry, I take this so serious.
But not only has Courtney known Mike for as long as Mike and I have been together, which is 16 and a half years now, but. So she's got that longevity with him, and Mike does like Courtney's here. We're working. Sometimes Mike and I are fighting, and it's a workplace, and sometimes it's just like oh. And so then Mike will go and take a breather, and Courtney has the floor to be like, "What the is wrong with this guy?" Never. And Courtney, I don't know if you know her. She has a few opinions.
Yeah, I do love it.
So I'm gonna just say like. If my friend Courtney can literally hold it until I go, Courtney, I'm so done with this dude. What do you got? And she'll go, okay, here's what I've got. But she'd
be like, okay, that one time in 2007.
Oh my God, because I'm the worst part. I remember everything.
She remembers everything, but she will never offer anything up until you go, please tell me you saw that. Please tell me that I'm not crazy and that didn't just happen. But that's what it takes for Courtney, the most opinionated person that I know, to ever get involved, ever. And that's why I think that Sierra...
I just believe there's nothing to gain from that unless...
There isn't.
But here's the only difference. When you guys are in a fight, Mike is never coming at you saying nasty shit. If he...
I wait till you
Well, but he is...
I wait till the camera stop.
He is pointed, though, and will be like... he will say, like, it's not like he doesn't say, but why don't you be creative? Why don't you get a job? Nothing like that. But like, he is very opinionated and will like let you know that that I haven't, that he's got some issues with the way that I'm going about something, you know? So
listen,
you do.
I'm not disagreeing.
Okay, well, you're looking
I'm not trying to start a fight right now.
I am trying to start a fight.
Yeah, we're too soon into the episode. And also I'm tired. But I it's a tough one because if I heard Mike speak that way to you or put you down or not champion, like if you wanted to start whatever your bikini line was, whatever the equivalent of that was, what I personally would do, because I also know myself and I have the longest fuse until I do not. Were you there when I was doing? No, I don't think you were there when I was doing my one woman show and I was in rehearsals and I just had people come for tech and I like snapped at the guy who was helping with not helping. He worked for the theater.
I know. I
You
don't
not there?
remember.
It's very rare to see me snap. Very, very
Yeah.
rare. But I remember a few of my friends were in the audience and they were like, "Oh, you've talked about you snapping, but I've never heard it. And now I've seen it and I just never want to make you mad."
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I have the longest fuse until I don't. And
Right.
then I will kill you.
Yeah.
And I'm not proud of that. I don't want to be that person. But I think the reason I will not say anything or I will excuse myself, and this has nothing to do with you, I'm just saying in general, is because I know myself and I don't want to let myself get to that place.
Yeah.
And I think Sierra, instead of just getting to one huge explosion like a Paige
Yeah.
would do, she is saying these little
Yeah.
jabs here and there when I would probably be more of a Paige to be like, I watch her cry. Is that good enough for you? You
Yeah.
prick.
Yeah. Getting into those where there's actually like this thing is happening and he's talking to you about it, and then like that's different. I'm really talking about he's trying to apologize to the table, and I hate Kyle. I'm gonna keep saying that over and over again. I hate Kyle, but like it just comes off to me as like it's almost comes off as like a lack of experience in relationships that she might have.
Maybe I could see that.
That she's just not seeing that like this is, like I said, it's a marriage. It's not some dude that she's dating. It's whatever. And he has been there from the jump. So he's not no one. And it's just like you very much respect that kind of partnership. You
Correct. And I think this is actually, if we're getting down to brass tacks, I think this is what we're saying. Listen, if you have a problem and you want to say something, then just come out and say it.
Yeah.
But to do the little side,
Exactly.
like sighs and guffaws and whatever,
Yeah.
that is so unhelpful to this situation
Yeah.
because it just turns up the heat on
Yes,
the situation as
exactly.
opposed to saying, listen, I'm done with hearing you speak to my friend that way. So if you want to pick on someone, pick on somebody your own size and let's do it right now.
Yeah.
And say everything you have to say with everybody watching. And show
Yes.
everyone who you really are.
Yeah, because that's what Paige would do.
That's right. And so
that's the way to do it.
That's a bit different than just those side comments.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
like,
think,
oh God. Oh jeez. Like just
because that really isn't help.
no,
listen,
you're
probably-
a diffuser. You're a diffuser of situations. That is just amping,
That's
it,
amping
up.
it up.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that I think that I don't blame him for being like, I just don't understand why like she can't just be friends with the both of us and see. And he didn't even articulate this because I don't even know if Kyle knows what's going on right now because he's not been divorced yet and it's coming.
Yeah.
And but this is just the person acting out who has no control over what he knows is the inevitable subconsciously, you know? And so I wish that everybody at the table would kind of recognize that. But I like, you know, they'll do like when Wes chimes in and says things like, "Oh my God, he's being such a baby." He's not saying it to Kyle, but he is like, so I'm very aware that Kyle has brought so much of this on himself. It's just this particular thing is leading to the signing of a dissolution of two lives being spent together. And
over a decade of time.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah. So that's what I got for that.
I think that I see Sierra's comment. She's not gonna, and she might, but almost the both of them trying to be that Paige.
Yes.
That zinger, like, oh, Paige, go ahead. We'll like, and then to the show, be like, we got it. There's not going to be a hole in any, like, we'll do the comment. We'll rile Kyle up. And they're doing it. Like, there's still a presence there, a Paige DeSorbo presence. It's not as good because Paige was super articulate and super like
so good.
Just from New York and a different kind of person, like just better at that than all these people, most people. But so I think there's a bit of that that's going on. It does suck that it's like I didn't even think about like, oh, it's an actual marriage that's being dissolved. Like, yeah, that's a big deal. But I can't remember what show it was or what we were talking about. But somebody had broken. It might have been Paige and Craig, but somebody had broken up, and it was quickly apparent that like, oh, there's no hard feelings here. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody had commented like, once you check out of a relationship, it could be months or a year before the relationship ends. And that when it does, like you've already checked out, you've already moved on, even though you've spent another year with this person or whatever. that's clearly happened with Amanda when she went to Italy and met Ben, right? So like that whole time is probably Paige and Sierra just getting an earful of all the like when you let Courtney finally one day be like, all right, this mother, the floodgates are open, and it's so like that could be on Sierra's mind too of like, dude, I know everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know everything. I know I don't know everything, and the shit that I do know, I'm not shutting up about. You're going to get a mouthful. I will not let you rest. You're going to think, you know what I mean? Like it could be, maybe he has cheated a bunch. Maybe he hasn't, but just the fact of the DMs and the like, oh, hey, like that mental torture on somebody is fucked up. Like just to think about it. Like that's what sucks about cheating is you're just like, oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Did like it? Oh God, what? Like it's just the nonstop brain going and going and going based off shit you don't know.
But and we talked about this last episode. You so clearly see how checked out Amanda is.
Yeah.
She's not as reactive. She has no dog in this fight anymore.
No.
She will just say, okay, fine, Kyle, if that's how you feel about it, as opposed to saying, like, why don't you care that you've upset me? Because that's what we're used to seeing from her. And part of it is because of what you were just saying. She has had the snot kicked out of her so much year after year in this marriage that she, emotionally speaking, that she just doesn't, I don't care anymore. Like when she's talking about when the producer said later in the episode, you know, do you think or do you know if Kyle's cheated on you since, you know, that one time that you found out about? And she just is like, who can say? Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. Only Kyle can tell you that. There's so no charge in her anymore because it's the physical equivalent of like someone's in a fight and they're just on the ground and have been kicked so many times. It's just like, just stop.
Yeah.
I have nothing left in me to give. You win. You've beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. And I genuinely, of course, I don't think she would want to learn that, yes, in hindsight, he was cheating on you every other, you know, Saturday night.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, she's just like, I don't care, dude. This is who you are. This is who I am. This ain't working. Like, yes, it will make me sad to learn that, but like, I held up my vows and I only have to go to sleep at night with my thoughts. So I don't care if you cheated. Just get me out of this nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. We got Kyle DJing, Ben washing the dishes. Obviously, Kyle tries to like now have this apology with Amanda, which is ridiculous because Kyle goes into every apology this episode not apologizing. He's like, I understand you're upset, but blah, 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 which is not an apology.
Yeah.
And then the group is now like getting ready to go out. We learn that Mia has a boyfriend who is also a chef. We have another girl with a chef boyfriend on the show. It's always really interesting to me when people...
Is he a chef or a restaurateur or whatever?
Oh, I thought he was a chef.
He might be, but I couldn't remember if that.
Either way, he's in the restaurant
Usually
business.
when I hear chef, I get a bing, little bummer.
Yeah.
And I didn't, but I could have missed it.
I think he is a chef, but regardless, he's in the restaurant business. In the midst of all of this, we have a quick moment with West, like just they're tracking his confusion or like his now that he's kind of not in the doghouse with her anymore, just saying, oh, you know, like we were in such a bad place last year and this year feels different, or like maybe I would want to kiss her or whatever. So this is the beginning of tracking that.
Yeah.
The West, when Kyle was like, oh, she's being so mean to me, and West was like, dude, she is not being mean to you. Trust me. That's not mean.
Wait,
like when he was just kind of referring back to those moments when Kyle was like talking about Sierra being mean. And West was like, that is not.
Yeah.
That's not mean. She's being so nice.
Yeah.
We see obviously quick snippets of like the whole group going out, and then when everyone gets home, this is where like I understand Sierra's deep frustration and anger towards Kyle because she goes in and checks on Kyle's wife. Kyle, maybe you should be going in and checking on your wife, or maybe don't go out that night, or like, you know, if you guys go out, make it whatever. It doesn't matter. The relationship's over. No one needs to hear this. it was so sweet that she went in. They had a real conversation, and it just highlights the fact that like this is why we're not talking about a female loneliness epidemic and why we are talking about a male loneliness epidemic, because this is how women always respond to one another.
Yeah.
Like we
Chapter 7 response on reality TV show breakups.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
you alluded to it earlier. This is the exact same scene, almost verbatim, that these two had, her and Paige had last year.
I almost feel like she gave her the same exact answers. You are
they
fiercely
have a fucking
loyal,
book. This
or you
is-
love endlessly, or whatever. And I was like, I've heard this speech before.
Oh my God,
When
it's like,
Paige
remember
was
when Melania...
everyone's gonna hate me if I break up with Craig Conover.
Yes,
That was it. And she said all the stuff, and she didn't say that, but it was the exact same conversation.
yeah. Ladies, get your own story,
Yeah,
okay?
it
Like,
was
No, this is like when Melania
insane.
stole Michelle Obama's speech. Remember, word for word. It's like, this is what we're watching, but on reality TV. But
Yeah.
Point being is, even if like that's just her shtick of like how she hypes up her friends, women talk to each other, and then the boys just like blow off steam and jump in the pool
Yeah.
and like piss on a tree somewhere.
Yeah.
And listen, I think we are getting better with men learning that they need to communicate or whatever, but like you're just never going to see that women loneliness epidemic the same way that you do see with a guy, because women are about community, and we talk things through. We beat a dead horse in the way that if you're not a woman, you don't, or a gay man, you don't even know how a dead horse can be beaten until you've talked to one of us.
Yeah.
And I thought it was nice for Amanda to just like have that moment with Sierra, because it's also whether their marriage is real, whether elements of these shows are fake or not. She is in a real situation where cameras are on her, and we are watching the dissolution of a very real relationship and a very real marriage that they are going to have to hire lawyers for and sign all the paperwork. And it is what they should do. It's going to be what's best for both of them. But that's got to be getting divorced, not on camera, is intense. Getting divorced on camera, I would imagine, is 10 times worse. So I just thought it was nice that she just popped her head in and was like, hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Paige just texted me the conversation that we're supposed to have.
No,
Are you guys
Pammy, the
rolling?
producer, sent me,
totally.
gave me the monitor to the rollback,
It was so
the playback.
crap.
But, when the boys are outside, jumping in the pool in their skivvies, West, it's interesting. I don't know if this is how West has always been. It's like, those saying, like, and I don't believe this, but like those who can't do teach, or like the cobbler's kids have no shoes, whatever. I don't know if West just didn't have this wisdom when he was dating Sierra, or if he's just gone to therapy and done work on himself, learned from past behavior. But when he was outside, he said to Kyle, he's like, dude, that was a conversation that you should have had with Amanda first. Even I know that. Like, the reason she was pissed, like, I get that you think that you were giving this beautiful apology, and here's the moment that you're saying that you were wrong in front of everyone else. That's all well and good if you've said it to your wife first, but you didn't do that. And Wes did that a few times this episode, where he was like, she's not being an asshole to you. You should have had this conversation with her first. He's such a baby. When Wes was like, he's such a baby sometimes. I'm just curious if like that wisdom was always in him, or we're just seeing it more now.
Yeah, I think doesn't even matter. But I think West has always been that guy, and he did a bad thing,
and handled it badly,
and then handled it badly. But I think that's why we all kind of fell in love with West in the beginning. I think that's why Sierra fell in love with him. He was that guy, and Jesse was kind of that guy in the beginning, like until
Jesse
Lexi came. Like they were both like cool, funny, charming, talkative, communicative.
No. Remember? And I forgot this, but I was listening to an interview with Jesse, and he just reminded me of this, because the interviewer was saying, oh, you were kind of a fan favorite your first season. And he's like, I wasn't really until the end, and all my cancer stuff happened. In the beginning, they didn't really get me. I wasn't really like in with the group. I think they kind of thought I was a dick because I hit on Paige, who clearly was in this like loving relationship. And so they didn't really take to me. But then when all the cancer stuff started happening, and then he's like, that's when I became the fan favorite. And I just had forgotten that about him. And I think that that's actually who Jesse really is, the guy who comes in and hits on the chick with the girlfriend.
Oh, totally.
And we're seeing that play out yet again with the Sierra stuff.
Well, Sierra doesn't have a boyfriend. But
No, she doesn't. But like, if you're best dude in the house, had
but-
something with her.
Yeah.
Like he's being very flirtatious with her.
Yeah, I think that's probably Jesse's storyline. I think Jesse knows
I think
how
that's
to
who
be
Jesse
a
is.
flirt, and there's that and the cancer stuff, and until he gets a serious relationship, like there's nothing like that's Jesse's character on the show.
But I think that's
He's
Jesse's
just flirty
character.
guy.
Period.
Do you think in real life Jesse's going around flirting with people's girlfriends?
100%.
Really?
100%. Yeah.
I'm sure that one day Jesse will grow into himself, but I still think that he is stunted in growth. I think he's living out his like teen years or college years now as whatever age he is because of whatever, likely because of whatever he's gone through health wise. Like that could totally be it.
Totally.
And that's good and great and whatever, but like stay away from me, stay away from my friends. Like
That's right.
That's how I feel about him. And go ahead.
Nothing. And I was going to say, Nettie had a good
That was so cute. Sorry.
last week that talking about if another dude was talking about her lady parts, that her husband would knock him the fuck out. And I was like, yeah, and I don't know if she used the F word, but
She wanted to.
I was like, yeah, like 100%. So like, I think you would hear a couple stories of, oh, Jesse got his ass knocked out last night at a club. Why?
Yeah.
He said some stupid shit about this dude's wife. Like somebody in New York, they'll do that just for fun, you know? Like, so I don't know. I haven't heard enough
we've
stories about
seen
Jesse
it.
getting knocked out.
That's right.
I mean,
in
we
real
haven't
life.
seen him get knocked out, but like this was about the pool party where Amanda got
Skinny
in her
dipping thing, yeah.
underwear. And he said, I've never seen him that like jealous or like heated or whatever. Whoever he was talking to, was it Wes or was it KJ? That he was like, that person said, I hope he was at least respectful about it. And he said, yeah, hey babe, your tits are out. If that's like, I just like, don't talk about her
No,
like that.
yeah,
Don't
that's
ever
just-
call Amanda's boobs her tits. Like
Yeah.
she's a married lady, and until she's not, like, let's just move
but
it
on
along.
the show.
So so there's that. And then what did he say? He says something
the
this.
toe suck thing last season. Like he's a flirt. He pushes the line.
Yeah.
He walks
But
the line.
about
All- none
other
of that.
women.
I'm
The
talking
thing-
about
the
what
thing
we're
with
just
Paige,
no,
he
not
clearly
other
knew she had a
women.
boyfriend.
People's outside off the show. Like that's all I'm saying. Like you said Jesse's like that. That's Jesse.
Yeah.
I think that's Jesse's character on the show. If Jesse was out and about in real life off the show, out at the clubs in New York, bar, wherever, doing that same thing to other people's, not Kyle's wife or Amanda, not these people, normal people's wives out in public,
Well, I think
we
we
would
have
have
our-
heard at least 2 or 3 times, oh, Jesse Solomon got knocked out last night. 100%.
I don't think just because he's flirting, he would get knocked out. I think that we know who he is because in that moment with the toe suck, with Toegate, he didn't think the camera was on him because Imrul covered the cameras and he was in there hammered. And I think he thought this was like a freebie for him. And he crossed the line when he thought no one was looking. Like, I think he's
I
just a
don't
flirty
believe-
dude. I just think he's...
Nobody's arguing that he's a flirty dude.
But like in a way that's not appropriate.
That's not appropriate.
Like that's like
I think he pushes the line.
And now you've made it weird. Like
That's right.
how that is Jesse's tattoo on his forehead to me. And now you've made it weird. Can you just
because he
stop?
knows how to do it too well for me to think like, oh, this is just a character that you're playing. Like, no, this is who you are. You're just like a
Yeah.
little bit of a slimy flirt.
Yeah, he's gross. I don't like him. And I've just decided like when I would see him, like all the girls just kind of like like just kind of not falling over him, but just like always had a smile and a laugh and whatever. It was just baffling to me because I was just like, this guy is such a toad. Like this guy is nothing for me. Like I understand he's tall and like, but I also don't think he's handsome. I think he is. Whatever. Who cares? I'm not here to like shame him, but like not
just
not
not
my
your
thing.
style.
Yeah, not my thing. But now I've realized that he's basically to Amanda and Sierra. I think that they are so down to be gassed up by him. Like he really is always just like, damn girl. Like every
right.
time they walk in a room, everything they post on Instagram, he's got something to say.
Oh, I hope you wear that. Like, because now we're getting into the next morning and everyone's getting ready and like
Yeah.
he's helping Sierra pick out the bathing suit and he's just like, I mean, the blue one's like, I like that look better, but the other one, because maybe a nip slip will happen. Like
Yeah.
he's always having these sexual moments with
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah. So he kind of comes off like, I think that they have deemed him harmless. And I get that, and that's okay.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I can like think of people that I know that are like that. Like, oh, he's just kind of an idiot, and he's basically like your like really good friend's kid brother who's like always at the sleepover
right.
because he lives there.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, so he's always just like, hey, ladies,
And
like
I
with
do
that
think-
stupid grin, you know.
Correct. And I do think he's harmless in the sense of like, remember when that episode came out when Shep on Southern Charm like pushed the girl in the stairway against the wall
Yeah.
to like hook up with her? That ain't okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Jesse Solomon's ever doing anything like that. I just think he gets like that's where he's harmless.
He's from a generation that would never.
He would never.
Yeah.
I think he's absolutely harmless, and that's how they're viewing him. And he's just telling them all the time, like, you have the greatest rack. Is that top going to keep those gems in? Like, and like, who doesn't want to hear that you've got like a great rack or like you're so beautiful or whatever? But it's a little annoying outside of the confines of this, and that's where you and I are aligned, where like we just think that's who he is.
Yeah, and finding someone like Lexi to be like, I think she would have been a great player on this show, and the fact that she's not there anymore, I just really believe it's because of him. Like I think that it was probably like he's already been here, we're going to keep going with him, and like having her here we don't want another season of this, you know, because it just got so tired last season.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would have asked anyone else, literally anyone else, because I feel like people would have chose Lexi over Jesse. Like if it's her or him, you know.
Yeah, I would have chosen her over him.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, just like little bits and pieces from the morning, Levi and Bailey are talking about Ben and how cute they think he is.
Yeah.
And oh God, it was so when Carl was like, "Okay, ladies, who do you think the hottest guy in the house is?" I was like, "Don't ask that because it's Ben."
I know, and I feel like he thought it might be him.
I know. That's why it made me bummed.
Wait,
no, but I was like, yeah,
stop
he needs
it.
to be reminded.
Carl, you think Carl?
Carl didn't ask that. Jesse did, didn't he?
No,
Carl.
Oh,
asked.
Carl's the one. I'm sorry, Carl.
But Carl didn't
because I
think-
only listened. I was driving and I was just listening
No,
to
it
it.
was
So I didn't. I thought it was.
Carl.
I thought
And
it
I
was
was like,
Jesse.
Carl, let's not ask these questions.
But Carl didn't. You don't think that's the same? That Carl didn't ask, like Jesse asking that question? Yeah, I would think. Oh, he thought everyone was.
I
gonna say
thought
No, yeah.
Carl was thinking at least he was going to get one vote. I didn't think he was thinking it was
Are
going
you
to be a
kidding?
landslide.
For real?
A little bit.
I wouldn't think that Carl would think.
No
Carl.
way.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
like-
me. Like I wouldn't have thought that Carl thought that, but I would definitely think Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse for sure. Kyle probably.
No, and then West would be asking because he'd be like, "Oh my God, isn't Ben so hot?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's the hottest, which is why West is the hottest in that sense because he's got the best personality.
Yeah.
Then
Wait, Wes, I think the one thing I pick up on about Wes, and maybe because like I would even do this. I don't know. It's probably not good to admit this, but like I have beautiful friends, and I love having beautiful friends because I just think like it's just nice. It's just you walk in anywhere, and it's just an easy breezy, beautiful cover girl day, you know. And like I sometimes think that Wes is likes to accumulate beautiful friends as
because
well.
even KJ, who he brought in, is stunning.
Yes. And so being able to just be like, because West is going to bring him, like, he's always going to dominate. He's always going to, because he's
got
just
the goods.
got it.
Yeah.
But like, I think that he likes like arriving and bringing something of value to this event, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I just noticed that like he gravitates to dudes that like have that. Cause like West, listen, I'm all in for West, but like West is not, what would you like? What's the word? Just like generally like a guy
Empirically good-looking person.
Yeah, like you would if you did not know West from anyone, you would never pick him out of a lineup and be like, "This is a hubba."
Annie
you know?
Herman, boy,
yeah.
oy, oy.
Now talk to him for literally 30 seconds, and you're
your
in.
pants are
yeah,
off,
your
yeah.
pants are off. Yeah.
In fact, I watched this episode with my pants off.
But I think that he knows there's still a front door at the club that you have to get into for him to be able to have his 30 seconds
That's
to
right.
get your pants off. So I just think that might be kind of part of it. I think it's kind of adorable that he's like, oh my God, this man, please walk this way.
Yeah, exactly. Get us in.
Yeah.
And then when I can't find the group, I'll just look for you.
Yeah.
I was never big into the clubs when I was super young. I did. I loved to go dancing, but as I gotten older, not so much.
I had no idea you were a dancer.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Wow.
There's a time in my life where I thought I might be a choreographer as a job.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did you Hold on. Did
News
you
to
know
me?
this before you said yes?
News
Nope.
to me.
But she said yes. So it's too
Okay.
late now.
And what type of what were you? A modern, classical, hip hop?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like a legitimate thing, but I used to break dance in the parking structures when I was a kid with my parachute pants and my cardboard. So like from probably like 10, 11 years old. And then I was voted the best dancer in high school.
No, he must have moves if he was voted
Yeah.
best dancer.
I knew that,
not
but
just
I didn't
because
know
I'm
that
a
you were
Scorpio.
moving it. His parachute pants. I did not
had to
know
have
that it was
them.
something that you were planning on possibly making a career out of. I thought it was just like.
I don't think it was like this was always going to be my career, but like,
but his backup career was
yeah, my
choreographer.
backup was like, I think I could be a choreographer.
I quite frankly think this is adorable, Mike.
Yeah, I learned. This was back in the day when MTV. There's no DVR, so you had to wait for Ice Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice to come on, and it was like 5-6 times a day. And
Hey, yo,
I would
stop, collaborate, and listen.
Ice is back with a brand new invention, something.
Grabbed a
I
hold of
won't
me
do the whole
tightly,
thing.
blew
But I learned the whole
Dilly and
dance just
nightly.
watching those things, and then would bust out like, yeah, it was a legit thing. But wait, what was I? Oh, so I was not. But by the time I moved to LA, like I had moved on to other things. And I didn't go to the bars or club, like it just wasn't a thing. And when I did get drugged I hated it. And I remember my mom's friend's daughter
Did you
came
just
to
say
LA,
drugged?
like dragged, drugged, whatever.
I
thought
thought you
you
got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
roofied.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, dragged, probably a better word. My mom's friend's daughter came to LA with her friend, and she was like, probably they were just had turned 21 and a half, and they were like, oh, you gonna take us out? And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. And so and they're attractive girls, but I was older at the time, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like the bane of my existence, like the last thing I want to do. And we go to this place, and there's a freaking line of people, and we walk past the front door, and the guy's like, you coming in here? And I'm like, yeah. And just boom, thing open right in I was like, oh, that's why you bring the girls. And you don't go. It's just 30 dudes down the street. Yeah, it was pretty handy.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty people.
We're the key that opens every door.
And you're welcome.
It's not too bad. This is the part of the show where I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the transition. I'm ready for Mia. I'm ready for Bailey and Levi. I'll keep Jesse, West, Amanda, Sierra, Kyle. I don't need it. I don't need Lindsay back. Like they can all go. Like I'm ready for them all.
Yeah, I don't need
to
Lindsay
go.
back. I do like having Sierra there. I
don't need her.
I don't need her either.
Don't
love
need her.
her in Montreal.
Leave her friend Mia. Mia has to stay. But the rest of them, like you've been here too long. I need some. These other people are so freaking interesting to me that it's like, it would be like having West and 9 supermodels, and you'd be like, okay, well, clearly that's the odd one out. These people are so much better. Whatever, looking just physically, and I know that sounds lame, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I
it's
get
like
it.
when you've got ice cream and a bowl of spinach. The spinach looks even worse than it does because there's ice cream. That's where I'm at. Like, go get your divorce. Go, Sierra, find somebody who makes you happy. Carl, bye. Just bye. Go run
No,
somewhere.
I know. Yeah, I feel like right now Carl is the Shep of the show, where he's just sort of like there for a support role and like not really there to like, but also to like pump the biz, and whatever. But I think that what I keep thinking of these people is that every time that which was the blonde one? Is it Bailey? Bailey's blonde.
Yeah.
One? Every time Bailey says anything, I'm like informative.
Yeah. Great
Vulnerable,
conversations.
offering something up,
Yeah.
love to like, and I
Levi's
think about
funny
like,
as shit.
so in the very beginning, I feel like I haven't seen.
I
much
haven't
of
bonded with
Levi
Levi
yet.
yet.
I'm like, I said again, it's the West
Make
Side. It's
way.
just a vibe. Like,
Yeah.
the two of them together, I think they were not getting.
Yeah.
They're not letting us see it yet.
Yeah.
But they're goofy. They're giggly. I think the two of them together are knuckleheads
Yeah.
in like the best way possible. And if it weren't for Kyle and Amanda they're ruining summer. You should
really
not be
And summer's
allowed.
supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
should not be allowed at a share house if you're dealing with a breakup. Like
A
that
divorce,
should be the rules.
especially like
Even,
a breakup is one thing. A divorce is a
Is
whole
next level,
other.
but yeah, like that's rule number one.
Yeah.
No
how's
shirts,
your
no
relationship?
shoes, no divorce, no service.
Yeah, dude,
It's making
serious.
me take Amanda and find all the reasons. It's making me find fault in Amanda because I'm irritated that this is going to umbrella the whole season.
Yeah.
And so then I'm thinking, how did we get here? Like, what's your role in this? Oh, I'll tell you what it is, you know. And like, I have my, but even though like Kyle's the worst of the worst of the worst, like nobody should be with this dude that is not literally like willing to like, or it doesn't have the ability to do a cake stand while reading like a balance sheet at the same time for like company stuff, you know, like
You know who Kyle needs is who's Ozzy Osbourne's wife? Sharon
Sharon
Osbourne. He
Osbourne.
needs a Sharon
Oh
Osbourne.
God, but that was tough on Sharon.
Sure, but that was
She was
like
built for it.
Yeah, she was like
Yeah, 'cause of
she
who her dad
became a
was.
master
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
Like Kyle needs a manager.
Yeah. So I feel like that they were getting like, I feel like the show was thinking this is its 10th anniversary. We have watched the beginning and now we're going to see the end of this relationship. So we are seeing this 10th year like all the way through. Like this is the perfect bookend to this cast. And so I understand that, and I think what a lovely employer to like.
That's why it doesn't bother
see
me
it all
because
the way
I want
through.
the resolution.
Are they
I
gonna
want
get
to
a
see.
Rolex at the end of it?
I mean, I'm waiting for that.
Or is
I
that
wish it would come
25
sooner than
years?
later.
Yeah.
So like while I want to appreciate that like these people did bring them a hit show and they were the reason for the season and like I applaud them for letting this get through here. But I am ready to see the Love Island like style on Summer House. I'm ready to see people that have never met before, but are they're pre-screened because they're a friend of a friend because that's how you get into the share house. Oh, it's my buddy from whatever, you know, whatever. And seeing how two strangers who have never met before, but maybe have like passed each other on Instagram because of, or been at West's birthday party and whatever, how they are magnetized to one another and that new dynamic, that new like attraction and how people are approaching that new attraction. Like I am just ready to see new relationships.
New friendships.
New friendships
grow.
and new romances and new relationships. And I am as much as I in a perfect world, it would be great if Sierra and West magically figured all of their shit out overnight and it happened. I think that we are watching the lesson that they should hone in on. Kyle and Amanda are not supposed to be together. I don't believe that West and Sierra are either. I think that they are very different. I think that West is always going to want to go out and be sociable, and he's always like, "You doing good? You need a drink?" He's the grandmaster or the MC of the whatever. And I love Sierra, and Sierra deserves the world, but she is a broody how do you say that
Broody?
word? Broody. Like she's different a little bit because she's on the Prozac, and I hope it takes her to new levels that she's never soared to before. But I just think that West is not ready to settle down and Sierra is absolutely ready to settle down.
Yeah.
And I think that if they don't both have the same exact goal, which is
Alignment.
relationship.
I keep talking about this. You could be as in love as you want. You got to be aligned on what you guys want.
Yeah. I am not here to watch that go down in flames again. And if
I don't think it does though. I don't. I really don't think we're going to watch part 2 and it's going to be
if
an
they
explosion.
get together, do you think that they would actually like stay together?
I don't know. All I can tell you is I don't think we're going to watch what we watched 2 seasons ago.
No, not. I don't either. I just don't think that West is done with his phase of getting to know you. Several different ladies, getting to know
several different ladies and all about them.
Yeah, and the new boobs and the new like just experiences and the new connections and feeling that vibe with someone. Like Sarah is done with that. She would like to move to the next level. And I think West has got another 5 years in him of that.
God, that's such a difference between men and women. Like, I don't want to get to know 18 new different penises.
Because there's no boobs involved, Courtney. If there was a bunch of boobs involved, you might be like, I'd like to
boobs
see
are great. But like, I really love a schlong.
Well,
And, like,
that's what I mean. You're also not into boobs.
no, but
but
this is
like-
my point. Like, I don't need to get to know 8. That's exhausting. Give me one great one and let's party.
Schlongs and boobs are so different.
Tell me more.
Because boobs are just like, they're like fun jumps. Like these are like Jumbo's Clown House.
So are dongs.
I've
They're a lot of
never,
fun.
listen, you
Boobs
can
are way more
see
fun.
a beautiful dong, but they're just like, I don't know, you gotta have the right lighting and they've got probably
No,
needs,
see, I'm a big fan of all angles.
no.
No?
Nope.
This is where I leave you. Okay, so now we get to the beach, and God, I love KJ. I love KJ so much. I hope he keeps coming out of his shell. I find him to be so interesting. I love a guy that was raised by women, who wants to talk to the women, who wants
Yeah.
to just, he said, he's like, my goal this summer is to be one of the lads. Like, I don't want to just be this lover boy that just falls in love. And I have such a soft spot for dudes like this.
This is another, just one of my personal reasons why I just get so irritated at Kyle and Amanda, because all I want to do is label this episode shout out to all the lover boys. That's all I want my thumbnail to say. But this is not about that, because it can't be, because the whole show was eaten up by these 2 morons that are going through it.
Yeah.
And I get it. It is the most important story, but it is a story that I wish that they would have back in the city. Yeah.
And again, my stance on it is I'm okay with it, because I've been on the ride for 10 years with them, 9 years, and I want to see this 10th year
Yeah.
of like, okay, you're calling it quits. Give me that. It's like when Heather Dubrow, when she was on The Real Housewives of Orange County,
Yeah.
we went through 2.5 years of construction on this stupid fucking house that she
Yeah.
was
Oh,
building.
yeah.
And then she leaves the year they move in. How dare you? I stayed up till like 3 a.m. one night during the pandemic watching her stupid YouTube, not stupid, I'm just pissy. It was a great YouTube channel, I guess. YouTube channel, watching a tour of each different segment of the house. And it's like, I just let me see it on the show. Anyway, then we get, Kyle again, kind of grandstanding. Amanda, can I take you over to the Apology Dunes? And he starts his apology, which I use air quotes for, because he starts it with, we need better communication. That's no time during this conversation have you apologized to her. In fact,
but he says we need better communication. She starts talking and he interrupts her instant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know if he knows what that word means.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's a problem. That made me laugh. Like not in a like in a sad way, but in a haha way.
You know though why it
Does
does.
anyone do either of you notice that your chair's a lot more comfortable this time around?
No. Why, did you do something to him?
Well, we had the accountant came, so we blew everything up and had to move everything, and but this is the most uncomfortable chair I've ever sat in my life. It feels like there's a metal bar sticking out of this thing, and so this isn't my chair. I'll be switching it while you guys are
Oh,
sleeping.
no, that's fine. I'm always fine.
Did you say this is the most uncomfortable chair
Yeah.
you've ever sat in?
In
I
my
thought he
life.
said comfortable to begin with.
Uncomfortable.
And I was like,
Uncomfortable.
No, this thing is weird as hell. It's like this little whatever's in here is.
I think you got mine, because mine always had that far.
Yeah.
so,
I just like it is. It's like my whole back is gone out now. I'm old.
well, I don't think I'll notice.
It's
I
so
noticed.
funny.
I've
Anyhow.
had back problems since the 3rd grade.
Boom.
I don't even notice it.
But it is shocking, like, and you see why she's so beaten down, because he is so cutting towards her. He says to her, he goes, you know what? We have real issues. We have issues with compatibility, chemistry, intimacy, common interests. Then why are you even having this conversation with me if I'm so deplorable? If on every level we don't get along, then why are you even fighting for this relationship? And maybe we have issues with compatibility because I've asked you to make this change so we could hang out more and you haven't done it. Again, I'm not putting everything on him. I'm just saying, like, he's not doing the math that, you're not having sex, which means you can't have your chemistry be fiery, because she doesn't want to have sex with some drunk dude that is all sloppy all over her. You're not communicating well, because the only time you want to have real conversations is when you're hammered. E.g., right here, I rest my case, Your Honor. This conversation, he is drunk while he's.
No, I know every conversation that he has, and he's just, and God damn it, I can't believe, she never does this, and I have to go.
Yeah.
It's everything is so slurred all the time that it's like you're really in a bad spot right now. Because I don't even know if he is always that wasted, but right now he is, because all he wants to do is escape from this hell that he's in, but he's so present also that he can't really escape it. Like, you get drunk, go be drunk, go elsewhere, but you get drunk and then you're like, and another thing,
Let's talk about the fact that we haven't had sex in 6 months. Like,
also imagine going to someone whose real only issue with you is that you drink too much to apologize, and you're wasted every time.
That's it.
Like, you can't do it in the morning. That's why I used to tell our friend Crosby, I'm like, you got to call me in the morning. Like, because I know that from 8 to 10, you don't have time to get so wasted. Like, so, yes, this is the guy we thought was a partyholic and not an alcoholic. But, like, don't call me at night, dude.
Everything.
Don't call me at night. I can't understand what you're saying. Call me in the morning for coffee, and let's do that.
No, but what you just said is exactly what I was going to say, where it's like, you refuse to change on this one point. And by the way, you don't have to change. But then you can't be questioning why you guys are having an issue. If if this is the one thing that she has asked you to change and you say it's never going to happen, why stop arguing and just get divorced?
I know, but here's the problem.
Why are you confused, Kyle?
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but okay, so not that I believe Kyle, but if we are, just for argument's sake, taking him at his word in this particular exchange, when he says, the second that we got engaged and then married, you just started saying like, nope, not doing it, not going, not like, just saying no to things. Amanda was very much like in the scene, like out and about with him, doing the thing. Like, he has been who he has been, and she really, like, you could look at it positive or negative. You could look at it positive because, like, if that's not who she was and she was giving it her best effort to go out with him and just was, I really like this guy, I just want to see this through. Like, okay, that's one way to look at it. Or you could look at it as like, as soon as she got a ring, she was like, I don't have to do anything anymore. Because if that's the case, then that's fraudulent. That's false presentation of like what this life was going to be. He cheated on her. That is something that is so gray about how do you ever expect someone to ever get over it. Like, you just don't know how that can affect someone forever. I still believe like they just should have pushed the wedding. They should have not gotten married right away. They should have figured all that out first. But if I'm just looking at like a track record of how this has gone, again, unpopular opinion, but I'm just trying to like look and be fair to this. It would look like she presented herself in a way that wasn't actually who she was. And then the moment that she didn't have to anymore, she didn't. And he was, like I said, so himself the entire time that what you said about, it seems like she might have just been like, this is the guy on the show. This is like, she's kind of not raring and like, she's not really out there pushing, trying to get, she's not a putting herself in a center spotlight person, but like his glow about him, maybe she was really into.
And she says it. She's like, every room he walks into, like, he lights it up.
Yeah.
He is so fun. And I do think she loved those things about him. I just think, like, I remember one time, this was actually really sad because it was my family saying this to me, but like, I've always been a quirky, free spirit. And like one day they were just like, well, we just thought you would outgrow it. And I'm like, who I am? This is who I am. I'm not outgrowing anything. If anything, I'm becoming more this person. And they just didn't want to see that because that's not who they wanted me to be. Yeah. I'm very different, I think, than who they expected me to be. And they love me very much, but like, if they could have chosen a life path for me, this wouldn't be it. Yeah. And I think that maybe Amanda had a similar thing where it's just like, no, he's a business owner. He's got multi-million dollars of investment money that he's responsible for. Like, he's not going to be want to be partying and jumping into pools naked at 43 years old. Spoiler alert, he does. And it's like, they're just speaking two different languages. That's why I say, like, you're not on different pages, you're in different libraries. Because she doesn't even give a shit if he apologizes. Like, don't say sorry. I don't care. Just don't do it again, Kyle. I don't want you to do it again. And I think he's saying, I'm never going to change. But he's proven he's never going to change, but he just isn't man enough to say, I'm not going to change. And instead of saying that, he just walks away from the conversation. Every time they have an intense argument, conversation, whatever, this guy walks away. And you're never going to fix a problem if you don't stay in the room.
No, but I think that also when he says, I'm not going to stay here if this is not going to lead else, like this conversation isn't going to be productive and whatever. And I'm not saying that like he knows his ass from his head on how to make a productive conversation. I think that he is sick and tired of hearing you're drinking, when I feel like his needs are so unmet by this woman. They are so discarded for maybe totally logical, rightfully so reasons. I don't know. You know, one thing I was wondering about does she come from money? I feel like.
No, I think she comes from like a lovely, maybe like definitely like middle, like maybe like upper middle class family in Jersey.
Was there a conversation though with the dad, and the dad was like, I felt like she had maybe a trust of some kind that like, or am I mixing him up?
No, I think it was the conversation about the prenup, but what do you remember, Mike?
So somebody said that her parents invested in Loverboy.
Okay.
I don't know any middle class people that are investing in a
No, I said upper middle
company.
class.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that you did. I'm just like, I think probably they have a little bit of money at least, right? The conversation he had, because I think about this all the time, was right after she found out he cheated, and then he had to go ask her dad for it. Like right, but her dad knew about it. Both her parents knew about it.
Right. Yeah.
And her dad was kind of like, really? That's some cojones, kid. But it was a very uncomfortable conversation that he had to have on that little dock or pier or whatever it was.
I remember that, but and again, I'm wondering, and I'm sure someone will know, I can't help but think that I remember a conversation with maybe her dad about maybe being like that he's got some money for her and wasn't sure about how this was going to go down, like didn't want wanted there to be probably some sort of like contract before, like some sort of a prenup kind of thing, because it seems like she's taken care of no matter what. It seems like, if I'm remembering right, that she's got her own money. And I was just thinking about just like I do in everyday like your everyday life, like if you're a person who is you're not affected at all by how Loverboy does. You get to still wake up when you want, go buy the outfit you want, go on the trip with the girls, it does not matter to you how well your husband's job is doing. Like, you're not reliant on your husband doing well or whatever for...
You have your own financial independence.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like you being more open to or flexible. So I don't love that he's doing this. I don't love that he's DJing, but like we did find out that he had to put $500,000 in his own business. He didn't take a paycheck anymore, and that he was supplementing his income with the DJing, and then probably the DJing also is just sort of a combined, like you're out there with the bar owners and the events and the whatever, like it could be this thing that's helping it. And if I hated Mike's job and I had all my own money, I would have a lot less flexibility in like, no, I don't care. Leave that job or I'm done. I'm out of it. It just seems like she hasn't had any like flexibility for like what he's kind of been going through with his own financial situation. And I'm curious if it's because she doesn't really it doesn't really matter to her, because that doesn't make a ton of sense to not want your husband to keep on working and you had to put all of our money into this, so now you can get paid doing this and it might help the brand. Like, I don't know. I'm just wondering like what their situation is.
She has a trust, or that Amanda Batula has indicated her parents are financially secure, having set up a trust or bonds for her when she was a child. While she has dismissed rumors that they control her finances or taxes, she confirmed they invested in Loverboy. They are established in New Jersey, but she manages her own finances. But they live in Somerset. Is that a fancy place?
I mean, it's nice, but it's not like...
I was just trying to think of like why she just doesn't seem to have any interest in.
I also think
this
that's
brand
Amanda. Like a lot of times, and I really like Amanda, but a lot of times I'm like, Amanda, do you have a pulse? Like she's just very chill.
So
Which I'm cool with. I like that about her.
Yeah.
And so I also don't think she's that chick. Like, you know how we always say Paige wants a Mr. Big?
Yeah.
She wants that alpha, whatever. It's not that I don't think that Amanda wants like the head honcho, like cool, sexy guy. But I also think Amanda would be very happy, and they've said it numerous times, drinking her Coronas in a backyard, in a house in Jersey. There's a swimming pool, and she can just be like chill and smoke a J. And she's not as hungry to get it all and not leave a penny on the floor.
Yeah, which totally fine. I think this is all just probably I'm just projecting on her about the marriage aspect. Like,
wait, do you not like my job?
No. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. She just doesn't seem like it really matters to her how Loverboy does, and she would rather it just go away, or like would rather obviously the DJing to go away. And I'm just looking at him as an entrepreneur and having just been put his balls out there for the last however many years, and like maybe he should cut and run. Maybe that's a thing, but like clearly that's not happening. But like I would be, there would definitely. I feel like there would have to be a change in like how open you were to how somebody was making their money if like you were really in this marriage as a real partner and like it actually mattered what this business did. And it just seems like she has no stake in any of this, and I could see how that would be incredibly infuriating and frustrating, and you could start to really loathe someone and resent them who just gets up whenever the sun sort of makes its way through the blinds, and then you got a heart out at 5 p.m. you know. And I know that she's a graphic designer, and I this sounds like I'm talking a bunch of shit about her, but I'm really just talking about two partners in a marriage and what their daily focus is and what it normally takes for the average American to sustain the kind of life that they've got in Manhattan. Like that's
an expensive life.
Like more expensive than anywhere in this country, you know? And you're not going to be able, if she wasn't able to have her outfits and go to her, I'm sure her $1,000 hairstylist and it seems like there's just nothing here for her. And she just couldn't really care less like what his life is.
I agree with everything you're saying that could be a part of it. And you make very valid points. I also think there's the flip side to that coin where she's not like, yes, she definitely wants nice things. They've got a great apartment. Hair extensions aren't free. Like whatever, you know, things that she's doing for her life, which by the way, get it, girl, do all of it. You look amazing. 10 out of 10. I think she always looks stunning. But I also think there is this really chill side to her. Yeah. That like, you know, when Paige said to Craig, like, I'm never going to want to live a quiet life. Yeah. I do think there is this part of Amanda that like, yeah, I'll do some brand deals, all whatever, but like, let's just chill, man. Yeah. Like, why are you so high strung, dude? And I think that she sees the toll that Loverboy and like his entrepreneurial stuff has taken on their marriage. And I think she probably has said to him or in therapy, I would do with less if he would be home more. If it meant that we had more of like a rhythm to our relationship. But what she's not realizing is whether Loverboy's in the picture or not, he's still going to be who he is.
It's going to be a different company.
That's the actual problem. Yeah. And that's why I get frustrated with Kyle when he walks away from all these conversations, because really what he should be saying is, I'm never going to change. Yeah. And I think that means we need to be having a different conversation. Yeah. Because that's the dog chasing its tail here, because she keeps saying, I want you to drink less. Because all of the behavior she's complaining about is an offshoot, is a tentacle off of the octopus that is Kyle and his drinking. Yeah. And I think if he just says, listen, I'm never not going to be a party guy. That's who I am. I'm always going to drink too much. I'm always going to be the last person to leave, the first person there, last person to leave. And, oh, sorry, I got to give Lefty his IV. That was my alarm. And it is what it is. Like, but like, to ignore that and not have that conversation, or to walk away from that conversation, or to pretend that you will get this in check. This is where we get into these muddy waters. And yes, and then Amanda needs to say like, look, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Oh my God. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm out.
No, what does he say? Fool me again. Yeah, you ain't gonna fool me again.
Can't get fooled the second time.
I just want to be fair about the situation that she might have portrayed something very different. And then the second that she got comfortable was like, I'm not going anymore.
But we talk about this a lot. Mike said it a few weeks ago on one of the shows. Like, who you start dating on day one is not who you are married to 5 years later, 10 years later. You guys have been together for 16 years. I was with Shane for almost a decade. Like, you change. There are different iterations of who you are. So maybe when she met him when she was 24 years old, she was like, yeah, I want to party. I want to whatever. And then at 30, as a married person and a 30-year-old woman, she's like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to go out all the time. I don't think she trapped him or tricked him.
No, I don't think that she trapped him. I just think that it's just
I don't think she's like, oh, I got the ring. Now I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want and he can suck a D.
I mean, I think she got comfortable and realized that, like, I've got this guy wrapped around my finger now, and I'm not in a way that, like, I've got Mike wrapped around my finger too. Like, it's not like there's nothing.
Anybody I can wrap wrong with get a finger wrapped around with.
I just wish that people would take marriage more seriously. That's all.
Whatever. There's something. This is going to be so out of context because somebody said it like 45 minutes ago. But there's something weird about the show because I'm always like. It's why I want to, maybe, I don't know. It's why I want to see the in the cities. It's why I'm always like, what do you do? What do you do for a job? Like I love work and I'm a workaholic and that's not a great thing, but whatever it is, what it is. But I want to see you at work. And so there's a thing with this show specifically where people are like, oh, that person's lazy. They're a bed bug. They do nothing. Where I'm like, well, we only see them on the weekend. Where they're supposed to be doing nothing. They're supposed to be sitting in bed.
Partying and hungover.
Weekend. Yeah. Party, hungover, eat food. That's you worked all week. You're probably spending $5,000 a month if you're not on a TV show on a summer house, right? Like, yeah, I'm eating and I'm sleeping and I'm hanging out by the pool. That's what I'm gonna do. So like, there's always this thing where I'm like, oh, she's a bed bug, or where I hear people say it, and I've probably said it. That she's lazy or this person's lazy or this guy doesn't do anything. I'm like, well, it's hard to tell on this show because this is the weekend. This is what's supposed to be happening. Yeah. You're supposed to be sitting on the couch doing nothing, eating flagels, which I found out what a flagel was, and now I want one.
It's a flat bagel.
I'm so hungry.
But I had something else to say, but I can't remember what it was. So
well, you'll remember. Well, the next scene when we get home from them being at the beach and this whole debacle, we have another really lovely scene with Bailey and KJ. And KJ, he's just so open. Like, I love how much he talks about, like, oh, I experienced this, or, you know, this is what I want, or I'm trying not to be the lover boy this summer because I don't want to get my heart broken. And he talks about his dad and how he never really grew up with him around. He just kind of showed up one day with a bunch of gifts, driving a Hummer, and, you know.
Yeah.
And it just, I love that he shared this, but it also always...
I'd be down with that kind of dad.
I know.
You know,
I would not.
I don't know my real dad, but my mom got married when I was like 10, and that's my dad, Steve. It feels weird to call him my stepdad.
He'll be here this weekend.
He will. We're gonna go see him. We're not gonna tell you why. Pokemon Go Fest, nerd.
I don't know what that is, but
yeah, that means you're not a nerd.
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
See, those two have common interests.
There's common interests. They've been married for 50
I was just gonna say, how long have they
He's
been
gonna hit
married?
that seat heater on.
Oh, that thing's going. Yeah.
everyone always mixes those two up.
Seater.
Seat heater, seat heater, heat seater, seat seater. It's a tough one.
Huh.
Anyway.
But when my mom and dad met, my mom used to work for a medical supply company. My dad worked at a hospital as a materials manager, who's the person that makes sure that all the stuff that a hospital needs is there.
That's maybe why you love a spreadsheet.
What?
Maybe that's why you love a spreadsheet.
It could be.
That's a lot of spreadsheeting and organization to make sure his hospital has everything they need.
They didn't have spreadsheets back then, I don't think.
Well,
but
you know what I mean.
You get it.
Abacuses and stuff. But anywho, my dad was working at a hospital in Saudi Arabia at the time, and they would talk on the phone, and they legit fell in love over the phone. And he came to visit, and like they got married. This is why
you love Love Is Blind. In the beginning when they're in the pods.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm learning so much about you.
Interesting. I never thought about
dancing, spreadsheet loving.
Yeah.
Fall in love over the phone guy.
But anywho, when he first came to visit, like maybe he came and met with my mom first. I'm sure that happens because my mom's not a psychopath. She can be like, yeah, come meet my kid. But like when I first met him, a box the size of me full of tapes, like cassette tapes. The most music I'd ever seen in my entire life. I loved music. And he was like, there you go, have at it. I'm like, I approve this message.
I bet you they're still in your storage unit.
Yeah, probably some of them are. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like I remember that. So like, listen, a dad showing up and dropping you off a bunch of presents.
But that's
can
not
be
what
a
happened.
Good thing.
This guy was a shit dad. He was never around, and then one day, without even calling the mom first to say, "Hey, can I come and see the child that I have abandoned?"
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't hear that part.
Then he showed up with a bunch of gifts in this fancy car, and he never, like KJ says, I will reach out to him. He never reaches out back. He sounds like a real shit parent. And let me tell you something: if you are a parent, be a good one. Nothing pisses me off more than parents like that.
You don't know if KJ was a bratty kid.
It doesn't matter. He was the child.
It's pretty emo.
Anyway, it was just a sweet conversation that they had, and I'm liking the relationship that like Bailey's kind of like reaching out to have, and like he's opening himself up to people. I'm here for these new noobs.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
So let's
get
like
rid
move
of the Grampies and let's
get
bring
outta
in the
here.
conversation. Because now, and even Carrie Peacock was like, when we were talking about vacations, like Dream Peak, like this shows fantasy fulfillment to me. Get rid of the clubbing part, but like, let's eat food, let's do puzzles, let's hang out in a sick ass house for 4 or 5 days. That I feel like the kids would probably end up for a season being like, nah, let's just order food and talk about your dad, or talk about this stupid boyfriend, or let's talk about that time when my parent like, and yeah, I'm all in for that. I don't know why that I don't know if that's weird, but I would love to sit around and just watch these kids have conversations all day long.
Same.
And jump in the pool and eat hot dogs.
Well, we get a good conversation in the next scene because half of the house goes out to dinner, and then the other half of the house stays home to have a little sushi dinner. And I really loved Mia's idea of, everyone, you've got 2 minutes or whatever for us to ask you questions. And obviously they start with West, and it was cute to see him stutter. It was cute to see him not, have the polished answer as to all the stuff with Sierra. I feel like you're going to shit on this.
I think he was nervous that was her friend. Like he was like, fuck anything I say.
Oh,
Sometimes I think they forget that there's
No.
cameras in the room, which can happen. But I think that he was like,
You've heard everything about
yeah,
what happened between us.
because he asked, like, yo, did
No,
Sierra tell you I was an asshole? And she was like, yeah, a little. I think he was just nervous to like what he was doing. I'm speaking as a dude. He was contemplating, what do I want Sierra to know? Because anything that I say right now, not in a bad way, is going to get back to her. Like Mia's
100%.
going to be like, oh, we asked him this thing and he totally loves you.
But I messed it up. They were talking to Mia first because she was the new chick. And that's when she was like, oh, yeah, Scott is the one, whatever.
Yeah.
And apropos of nothing, they hadn't gotten to West yet. They hadn't asked him anything about himself yet. He just interjected and he's like, did Sierra tell you I was a dick before you got here? And she was like, yeah. Which goes to show that he was thinking about that before anyone even asked them a question because they were still on Mia.
No,
Sure.
yeah, I think he thinks that about all the time. I think he probably runs into people on the street and go, "Are they going to yell at me for what I did to Sierra right now?" He probably lives his whole life like that.
Yeah.
Well, good. Don't ever do that to a woman again, Wes, because it was shit behavior. And I love you now, but don't make me not love you. But then we quickly get to Kyle. And
Ben secretly revealing that he has spent some time with Amanda alone.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm lost.
Ben's question to Kyle, do you remember what it was?
would you like give up sacrifice time DJing so that you could?
That's a question that you ask. That's a Sierra question. That question comes from someone who spent time with the aggrieved party.
But wasn't didn't the question already happen? Like, weren't they already asking him about something?
They were asking
and then that
him
was
a bunch of stuff, and Ben was like, "Would you consider sacrificing some DJ jobs to spend time with her?"
Okay.
I don't know, Sierra. What the Ben? Like that? These two are a bazillion % if they haven't banged already,
Well, he
there's
has a
not a
girlfriend.
person on earth that believes that.
Amanda and Ben?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Sierra.
No, Ben asking him that was like a that was like
Oh,
to me
okay,
that
okay,
says
okay.
that
I thought
Ben
you meant
and
Sierra
Amanda
told him to ask that, and
No,
then
no,
I was
no.
like, wait.
To me, that seems
Okay.
like Ben and Amanda have spent time together, just the two of them. It could have been in the backyard. It could have been in a bedroom. It could have been in New York. It could have been a
in
phone
the ocean
call.
naked
It
in
could have
Italy.
been in a skinny dip sesh. But that's the kind of like, remember the Valley when Jesse and what's her face were getting a divorce, and she was going
Michelle.
on Michelle, and she was going on hikes with what's his name before,
Aaron.
and he was like, dude, surely you guys talked about. Like, surely you confess to him like your frustration and what? And she was like, no, it never happened. Amanda's doing that with Ben. 100%. Like that
Sure.
question was so weird and so like
It's still a great question. And I like
shouldn't
that.
have been asked by him.
But fine, whatever. It was still a great question is my point. And I also think that the fact that Kyle's like, well, listen, we've had these problems for, however many years, and I've only been DJing for one. And then West with the wisdom again pops in, and he's just like, answer the question. You could be having these issues for 12 years and you've only been together for 10. Still, I want to know right now, would you sacrifice time DJing to spend more time with Amanda? And he couldn't say yes. And that's when he's like, I am who I am. And this is what I'm saying. Just free yourself, Kyle.
But he's Austin. Like Kyle and Austin in this sense are the same person. Like you guys don't want to be in a relationship. You probably don't want to be married.
See, but I think Kyle does want to be in his relationship.
No,
I think Kyle's like, I took a vow. I'm going to be with this person till the day I die.
And I just wish that she could get on board
With the
with
fact
because
that-
my life is way funner than hers, and
Yes.
it's so boring at home.
That's
And
right.
like if there's two things you could pick, either sitting at home and watching Netflix and smoking weed all night, or going out and being with people and like meeting new friends and having like, I think that he thinks like she's not really given my life a real like solid college try. I think that it feels like he is convinced that his life, if she would just give in, that it like all of these problems would be gone. And like maybe some of them would, but like she doesn't have any love left to venture to there to
Yes.
find out anymore.
The love
So,
done left the building.
Yeah. The thing that he needs to say is like just like the overarching of Kyle is like, there is nothing more than I want than to be with you, except be myself. Like that is, I think that he,
Not all requests can be met.
yeah.
That's really what it is. And, I do think what Amanda was saying at the other dinner where, she's there with Jesse and Sierra and whoever else is there. They were asking just obviously about like, oh, did you resolve the argument on the beach? And she said, no, but I also don't think that that's all that's going on for Kyle. He's got other personal things happening. And I think for a lot of this show, we've seen Amanda having personal things going on and her, struggling with anxiety and all this stuff. And she's got that under control now, and
Yeah.
he doesn't. Because as we move into this last,
But doesn't she say stuff with work?
she said personal stuff and stuff with work.
What else is going on at work? Like how much worse could this be going at work?
No, I think she just wasn't outing the stuff that he said to Carl. I don't think she wants to tell them he hasn't taken a salary all year. He had to put in $500,000 of his own money.
Got it.
Because
Okay.
Amanda, unlike Kyle, is not airing the dirty laundry
Yeah.
for everyone to hear. But like Kyle, listen, you could say a lot of things about Kyle. Kyle does not seem like this guy who suffers from, like chronic anxiety.
Yeah.
Where Amanda really has said like, no, I have anxiety attacks. I can suffer from depression. Hence why she's found a good like cocktail or whatever of medicine or
Yeah.
the pill that she's on. And we see like as we move into this last scene where there's like the cute moments of all of them cooking and the flirting with like West and Sierra and all this stuff. Like we do end the episode with Kyle having, it's that weird booze blues anxiety attack. He's panicking about the Monday that's to come because now
Yeah.
they're going to drive home. He's still in a terrible place with his wife. Like you see, he's got
Yeah.
some real stuff going on. And I think that that's kind of what she was talking about when she was at dinner with them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Natalie doesn't go out all night and party and drink and come home at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Except for when she does.
But she works a lot. Natalie will work throughout the night. She'll edit. I don't know why it just kind of happened, and I don't think you kind of sometimes enjoy it. I don't know.
No. I
But
do
like-
it because tomorrow we're gonna do Southern Charm, and if I don't do this tonight,
Yeah.
if I don't stay up all night and do this tonight, then I'll be doing it,
Tuesday,
which it's got to go up on.
Wednesday. Doesn't matter. The point being is Natalie.
I'm not staying up tonight. I got the days mixed up.
But like sometimes Natalie will stay up all night and edit, right? For you guys, for our loyal family. And she'll come to bed at 3, 4 in the morning from work. If she was like, hey, where's my eye cappy? Hey, I got anxiety. Hey, are you mad at me? Bro, there would be some bad situation. Like, this would not have lasted at all. If you came home wasted and woke me up, bro, that is the one thing that I'm like, how has she not just punched this dude right in his nose at least once? A couple weeks ago when he was like, do you know where my eye mask is? I'll give you 2 black eyes. You won't need a black eye mask. Like, not you, but Amanda to Kyle. It's all right.
Oh, Amanda to Kyle. I'm like,
Yeah.
Kyle, like you want to give Amanda black eye? Okay,
No,
never mind. Sorry.
Amanda
False
should
alarm.
punch Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That shit. Every time it happens every time.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah,
like,
you fuck with my sleep, I'm fucking with
oh,
you.
it's on.
Yeah.
And the cats, the kid, that's
You
one
rile
thing.
everybody up.
Yeah, dude. Like, but we've started locking the cats out at night. They do not like it. But man, I tell you what.
That's when that one plant got completely like, you know how long
Yes.
and then I came in, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I
Fufu's
didn't
not
even know that it was
happy.
capable of getting this destroyed because it's been so many years. That's when I started locking him out. He chewed through my headphones and chewed a plant, and he's not pleased.
Very
You
retaliatory.
don't
Yeah.
tell Fif no.
Did you guys think it was cute when Wes walked in the room at the end of the night and he was just like, dude, to Jesse, he's like, that's the most fun I've had with Sierra in like 1,000 years. Like, he's clocking her. I think it's adorable.
I know. I'm not looking forward to how maybe it'll be like they have a kiss and say,
Que seras, or never to be happening again.
yeah, and that will be so great. And Sierra definitely does seem lighter, but she just has moments that I'm like, nope, there she is, you know. And so
listen.
I'm just worried. I don't want another downer. I'm ready to just move on from all these old toxic relationships and like. So I think another thing that is bumming me out, like, and I'm gonna bum everybody out right now. It's just that I am just not convinced that like Kyle and Amanda aren't already done, and so I just think that so many of these conversations are like them just deciding to give the audience the I guess the honor of seeing it to the end, because the way that they came into this house and the way that they are treating each other is just like you've never seen it before. And I understand that could be because it's just gotten that bad and here we are, and that's totally a thing that could be happening. But I feel like Kyle is just being so extra performative. And again, it could be because he's freaking out because he's losing control. Like I know that this is a beep chance, but when he doesn't say like I wouldn't stop DJing or I don't want to spend time with her, I feel like it's because he can't really, because I think that they're trying to figure out what they can say that's not going to be so obvious later on, like that, or like you said that, or just that if we do find out somehow, some way that like, because people might know that they already have called their relationship quits, and so they're just playing out the summer as, you know, to show us the end, even though it already is. And so I don't know. My gut is that I don't think that they moved into separate places already. I think that they waited
she moved
for
in
that.
in October to her new place,
Right.
apparently.
Right, and she said that, and I do believe that, but there is a chance that she could say whatever she wants. She could be staying at Paige's house. She didn't have to move into a new place. And again, I'm not saying that she is, but my vibe is that they have been done sleeping in separate bedrooms, probably, or whatever, and that they are now trying to give the audience a bookend to their relationship. And I think it's making Kyle, because Kyle's not a good actor. Like we say every year, like I say this, that I always think that Kyle comes in here and he's like, I'm going to have the best summer. Like I'm going to kill it this summer. I'm not going to do all that bullshit that I always do. Cause Kyle is just the king of like, cannot kick his habits, cannot break away from ever, like his reflexes are kicking. When he's getting pissed at her about the drinking, I don't think he wants to leave here with everybody thinking that it's because of his drinking, because they're already not together, and he doesn't want to. I'm trying to salvage this business, and I can't if everyone thinks I'm this drunk who's partying all night. Like, it's like, who did I also say this about? That like with Vanita and Sally, like when they had that conversation, I got the vibe from Vanita's look on her face that she was like, we talked about, like, we knew we had to have this conversation, and we were both all supposed to leave with like, it's a little bit your fault, it's a little bit my fault, and whatever. And when Kyle walks over to his friends and says, it fucking sucks that like I'm on national TV right now being called a drunk, you know, when like you've been on national TV being a drunk for 10 years. So there's just little things that are happening that I'm like, you guys aren't really together right now. And like, you've already called it quits at home. And so I'm already irritated that I have to watch what's happening, and I will be quadruply irritated about it if I get any more vibes that this is not actually realist, like in reality happening the way that we're seeing it.
Amanda B, who used to be Mandab. Not really. I haven't even finished episode 2, and I can't wait to come back here and talk shit about Kyle. I'm back. Kyle is just something else. His whole defense of DJing to save Loverboy, like we're supposed to be proud of his choice or feel bad for him. It's another instance where Kyle chose his company over his marriage. Instead of reassessing Loverboy, he abandons anything he and his wife had, and her hope that he will slow down is gone. His inability to see that is beyond. Yeah. Palava Girl. Plus, Sierra, in my opinion, needs to stay away from other people's relationships. Girl, focus on getting back with SpongeBob SquarePants. Sorry, I don't get the West sexy edit, which is pretty funny. But that's SpongeBob is SquarePants. SpongeBob and SquarePants is West, but she doesn't.
He's more Robin Williams to me.
Agree with that.
Yeah, I still wouldn't have, I never would pick West out of a lineup for being sexy, but there's just the charisma. It's undeniable.
Yeah.
He's got it. Lee Armstrong, I completely relate to Amanda and the being done. Resentments will completely destroy unconditional love. I enjoyed this trio today. Y'all rock. Thank you. And that's so true. Resentments. And I think that was my thing of like, oh, something happens and something happens and something happens. And it just goes back and forth for 10 years. And then it's just resentment. That's all it is. The Whiskey Blue, they looked it up. And the city was filmed after this thing, which I think you already did anyways. What? The city was filmed after this season. Oh, yeah. I was like having a hard time trying to figure it out. That's true. Caroline, 94, XO. Mia is actually from another reality TV show, Selling the Hamptons. I liked her in that show. I'm looking forward to seeing her on Summer House. And I like watching mansions get sold, so we might have to watch that show because she would make me tune into another show, I think.
Okay.
Mandy J. Amanda and Craig are guilty of expecting their partner to be someone completely different when they got married, instead of either accepting them for who they are or ending the relationship earlier. Kyle and Paige are guilty of feeding into their partner's fantasy to make them happy, but ultimately they had to be true to themselves. None of them should get the villain edit. It's okay for Kyle and Paige to take opportunities that keep them busy. It's okay for Craig and Amanda to be homebodies who want to spend their time with their person. They all just chose the wrong people to be with. I don't think I read that. Did I like it or did I say anything to it? Because listen, I'm pretty worried that I'm just going to get terrorized from everything I've said tonight, but it has nothing to do with Amanda as a person. It just has to do with marriage and my own issues with it. But that is brilliant. I'm always some good ones. Like her and I are always on the same page with shit like that. Well, I cut my thing off, but if you want this is for the producers of Summer House and Southern Charm, read my comment and you guys will have some Emmys coming your way. My take is the end of this season, Amanda and Craig do a collab, Pillow Bikini line, and Amanda really appreciates Craig's backyard. and a love is formed. Joanna Schwartz. Kyle can also clean the apartment. She works too, but that just goes to show he has nothing about Amanda to complain about. Which I thought was pretty interesting. Like, that's the only thing he got is you smoke too much weed and you can't clean. Then you clean, Kyle. Fishing gal. I'm wondering if Kyle's wanting to stay out late is because he doesn't want to go home to Amanda. He said there's no communication, intimacy, and fun. Maybe he just feels like, why go home to someone who doesn't want me here and is doing herself, i.e. smoking, talking to her gals, and sleeping. Just doing herself, like doing her jam, if you didn't understand that one. Tara C. I'm not condoning Kyle's behavior or Amanda's for that matter. I don't think either one married the other one for the right reasons. They're both idiots and they were never each other's person. This goes to both of them. If you aren't taking care of your partner, someone else is.
Maybe I'm not going to get so, like, I think I read the wrong comments because all the ones that I screenshot are all last week's.
Oh, good call.
I think I was in the wrong one because I haven't seen any of these and I really thought I'm going to have the odd man out take on this tonight. Anyway, go on.
Wait, we're doing Summer House comments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I screenshot. That's why I was like, wait, did I send you this one from Truth? Is this from last week? All the ones I screenshot are not the right ones. They're all from last week because I'm a dumb.
You just made a mistake. It
I would have given my take with a lot more gusto.
Had you known you had the vote behind you?
Yeah, had I known.
Pat Clark. Kyle doesn't want to resolve his marital problems. He wants validation that what he does is okay. Kyle is not willing to give up his addictions, alcohol, and drama. He can't live without drama. We've seen his over-the-top drama since day one. I have no idea why Amanda is still there. Totally beyond my comprehension, says a woman that has been divorced 3 times and now sharing a life with an ex. Whatever, that part doesn't matter. Meteor Wine talked about Carl bringing Goldberg's bagels.
Put some respect on the name. Goldberg's bagels are the best bagels. We had them in New Jersey. I had them every day. And there's no better bagel than a Goldberg's bagel. Not even H&H. I'm sorry, come for me.
Do they have chocolate chip bagels?
I'm out.
Yeah, f them.
How about this? Maybe they do,
No, how
but
about
no
not?
self-respecting bagel eaters ordering a chocolate chip bagel.
That's not even a little bit.
It's like you can't go to
Chocolate?
Italy and get a Hawaiian pizza for a reason. Because real pizza doesn't have pineapple.
Listen, I'm not only ordering a chocolate chip, but if you don't have it, then you've grossly overlooked
America.
Yeah.
I'm just
And
letting you know.
if you've
else,
never had chocolate and cream cheese, I don't want to talk to you.
no,
until you
I'm an
have.
everything girl.
So am I. But chocolate chip and cream cheese.
I'm telling you.
Out
Listen,
of
I'm not saying
town.
you're wrong, that it
Sounds
wouldn't
like
be
you're saying
delicious.
I'm
I'm
wrong.
just saying, Barry,
Anyways.
thank you for highlighting that because that brought me back some real
This
warm and
place
fuzzy feelings.
apparently has what's called a flagel, and that's a flat bagel for anybody wondering. Sounds good. I'd like to try
a
it.
jalapeno cheddar bagel though?
Yeah.
I'll take it with
Roadie.
with tomato slices and lemon pepper. Stat extra CC.
Have you ever been to a real like New York, New Jersey bagel place?
In New York.
Yeah. It's heaven.
But I think that there's good bagels here. And so I don't, there's
I'm
places
not even
in
gonna say
Larchmont
the place
that
that
I
like,
think are,
because I'll get absolutely roasted. But
The only good bagel I've ever had in LA is from Courage Bagels,
I don't know.
which is too long to wait for a bagel. It's those sourdough bagels, and they are excellent. But I would be very open to try the place you're talking about on Larchmont.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so to just text me the name.
isn't
so
it
I can go.
Noah's?
No.
Ugh.
Whatever. Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Such a great name. During the Sierra West debacle last year, I made a comment to Wes basically supporting Sierra. Wes messaged me something hilarious, and of course, I could no longer take sides because he's just so cute, funny, and charming. Bonus points for style and swag. He did it to all of us. Don't feel bad. Oh my gosh, I might have made my 7 minutes, and I didn't even mean to. What
I
else can
stopped
I
the
read?
timer because
You
you
did?
said you weren't participating.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Kimberly Schindler said, yes, it starts with meaningless things that are repairable, but they never get worked on. Absolutely. Resentment kills love. Did you read that? Oh, okay. Very interesting because the one that you read was very similar to that. So people get it. And then she also said, yes, Courtney, we have run the race for both of us. Because I was saying, like, when a woman is done, she will give, she will try. And then she just hits a wall and she's like, I'm out. For there's literally nothing you could do. And she said, yes, Courtney, we have run the race for both of us. And one day you wake up just like any other day, but things have shifted. Just like when Amanda says it's more concerning to her that she doesn't care anymore, like she was once, like things she was once obsessed over. And that's it. And you can hear this in all of her interviews, I think. I also had Meteor's comment, and I said, every morning in New Jersey, that was the bagel that I had. Flagels are also the best. So friggin' good. It just, I can't hype Goldberg's enough. Meteor also said, at the risk of being contrarian, it is hard to not have a soft spot for Kyle. This is what you had mentioned earlier. Remember, it's his show. He brought the weekend Hampton scene to reality TV. And yes, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. Sadly, Loverboy is circling the drain. Perhaps he can find a buyer, but at pennies on the dollar. Then his marriage, remember how lovely it was when he proposed? Also circling the drain. He is dealing with some grim shit, and we can all offer some sympathy. And I do think from whatever this edit is for me, like, even though I know I started off the show saying, like, it's interesting that he's even lost the guys, I also said, like, I don't hate him. Like, I just want him to say, like, and I'm gay. Like, I just want him to have the moment of, this is who I am, and it's not changing, because I do have empathy for everything he's going through, and I want him to be who he is. Pat Clark said, Courtney, I'm reading this specifically to Mark, because if Pat loves it, then maybe you'll give it another try. Courtney, I love Below Deck. A few seasons ago, I had a problem with the violent acts and sexual aggression, i.e., Ashton hitting the window next to Kate's head and naked, drunk, like some stuff that had happened on the show. But production seems to have handled that, and definitely worth watching a few episodes before judging. And I just want to say, if Pat loves it,
we've watched multiple seasons.
Oh yeah,
of Below Deck.
I don't like
We've
it.
tried to
I'm
move to
sorry.
a
I'm just
Below
gonna
Deck.
say it loud and proud. I'm not really proud. It just is. I don't like it, and I won't be trying anymore.
I grew up riding dirt bikes, BMX, rock climbing, all the dumb extreme Southern California sports, and I watched the Below Deck Extreme Sport or whatever.
that one wasn't great.
Yeah, I'm just.
But Below Deck Med and the original, I'm just saying, you love stuff that circles around work, people that are together all the time, the friendship. It's so crazy to me that you don't like this show, because it's like when my dad had said to me, "Oh, you should watch." My mom and him went and saw Legally Blonde. And they were like, oh my God, Cork, we just saw a movie and you would love it so much. And my dad told me about it. And I'm like, it's not really for me. And my dad's like, I don't know you. Just like you thought I had seen 13 going on 30. And I never did.
I know. I mean, it's just, I just want you to live your life that
I
you've
just have
chosen. And it seems like the life.
Listen, I'm going to watch it. I have a feeling I'm not going to enjoy it.
I'm just curious why. Listen, it's a kid's flick at this point.
Maybe that's why. Maybe because it feels like
you passed the time
window.
for it. Maybe, yeah. But
anyway, and I love Jennifer Garner. She seems like such a lovely human. Anyway, Joanna Schwartz said, Kyle can also clean the apartment. She works too, but that just. Oh, you said that. Sorry. We had so many of the same ones this week. Caroline Knight. Yeah, same one. Roden Waldman said, wait, Paige is quietly dull and vapid, yet you love her? I really need an explanation as to why everyone loves her and thinks she is a breakout star. She's vapid, yes, that is true, but why is she so popular? In my opinion, the show has lost zero when they lost her. And I just want to say, to me, I think the Paige thing, because I stan her, it's like comedians. Like, there are people like, there's some comedian that Shane loves, like Bo Burnham or something. Bo, he's like a redhead. Is that his name? Mm-hmm. I could not find this guy less funny. Like, God bless. I'm so happy you have an amazing career. Live your best life. Listening to his comedy is like torture for me. I don't find it funny at all. And I just think that people that are listening to Paige that just find her like vapid and whiny, it's just not your brand of comedy. I find her hilarious. So I think that's just to explain the gap as to what you're missing. I think that's it.
I think Giggly Squad is mega funny. I think her and Hannah are mega funny. But I don't hate Paige. I enjoy Paige and really enjoyed her on this show. But I have the same. I was like, oh right, Paige used to be on this show. Don't miss her at all. The show's totally fine without her. Like I don't. I don't.
Listen, the show's great. I still think it's great with her not on it. I just think when people are like, oh, I don't like her, I don't get it. What do you like about her? I just think like, oh, she's just not your brand of comedy.
Yeah, sure. But just I never like I hadn't even thought about like when she was like, "Oh, I'm going." I was like, "Oh, this show might suck." And we're 3 episodes in, which isn't a ton, but no one had mentioned that.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of forgot she was even here to begin with." It feels like it's been 2 or 3 seasons since she's left.
Yeah.
And the newbies are great. So like I'm not
the show
as
feels
like
full.
kind of bummed as I thought I was going to be.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, same. I think the show feels great.
If I have to deal with these same people, I would like her back on it this year. Like if we could move them all out, that'd be great. But it's like I said at the first episode, this is like watching that same last season with Kyle and Amanda, but it was Paige and Craig. And this just feels like the D list of that couple. Like I don't care about Kyle and Amanda. I cared about Craig and Paige. And so this is just like, if we got to still deal with the oldies, then I would like to have Paige back for this season as well. But I also totally understood what Harris was saying last week, where he's like, I think that they're going to do really well without her because they've never really had a chance to be on the forefront. It's always been like a supporting cast to Paige.
Yep.
So I'm glad that they're getting their time to establish themselves because we're about to follow them onto a new show. I think. Yeah. I don't know if Sierra's on it. I assume she is, but I really don't. I wish they would just tell us. Here's the friggin' cast. Is that too much to ask?
Well, surely somebody knows it, right? It's been filmed.
No, it hasn't been filmed. It's being filmed right now, I think.
No,
they don't know, and don't call me Shirley.
What? Yeah, they filmed it after. I'm sorry, they filmed it after
this summer.
This summer house. So if that ended in September, then you're probably right. It's probably totally complete.
Damn,
I mean, I don't know if it's complete, but I don't know. I'd love to know more. Do you know?
Mike and I had so many similar commies picked, so that's all I have.
Okay. Man. Did anyone from last week read Johnny Smiles saying Carl looks like an MTV Road Rules contestant coming back 20 years later for a reunion?
No, and that reminds me, I knew I had pulled more. I'm telling you, whoever did this Apple update, I am so angry with you because now to get a screenshot, I think I'm hitting all the 18 buttons that you now have to hit for it to save.
Yeah.
When you used to be able to just click the buttons and swipe. He had so many funny ones this week that I screenshot and
disappeared.
Yeah. There was one that he was like, yeah, I don't like Paige either. And then I was like, fine. We're not in a fight because I still love you, but we're kind of in a fight. And then in the next one, he said, I look like a Revlon model. And I said, now we're not fighting anymore.
No, it's vice versa. At first he said you look like a Revlon model. And I was like, bro, you scored so many points. And then he was like, I hate Sierra or something. I was like, you just lost half your Revlon points.
Oh, as I read them, it was because I went from newest. That was the one that was on. Anyway. Yeah. But sorry, I knew I had other ones.
He misses him rule.
Yeah, no, we both do. I said that.
Oh, you already said that one? Okay.
Yeah. With all due, I miss Imrul like I miss having a hemorrhoid.
I know. I think he's being funny. I miss Imrul. It's just imagine Johnny saying it.
Yeah.
It's not like someone else.
No, I said it, and I think that's him saying, agreeing with me.
Oh,
people agree with me once in a while.
Is this like? Is this like the time
you want credit for the big salad? Yeah. This is two truths.
Did we read Harris saying, Timmy not liking Paige? Okay, I'll survive. Shots were fired, but I'll live. Timmy F. Schwartz, I'm dead. Shots fired and no one survived. No, did we read that one?
We did. Harris read that about himself. Last week. That's my favorite part of Harris doing comments.
Yeah.
Is he reads his own comments.
Okay, I'll just go straight to Truth for Peace for Freedom. That sounded like We Wish You Merry Christmas.
It's a little holiday.
Woo! Yeah. Don't step on my line. I'm like the chime at the end.
The triangle.
Yeah.
You'll think of it. Harris is not just a client. He's also the president. Therapy doesn't work for everyone. The output you get from it is only as good as the input. So if you are delusional or a liar, you're wasting your money. Remember when Jax Taylor admitted to lying to his therapist to sound like he's not such a bad guy? More evidence that Jax is a dummy. In Kyle's case, I think he's delusional. If I was Kyle's therapist and didn't know Amanda's side of the story and only listened to Kyle's words, I would be like, well, fuck Amanda. Kyle, you are such a good guy. Why are you putting up with this? Kyle is so delulu. Couples counseling would have been the right move. I wonder if they even tried. Am I just looking at everything through my rose-colored glasses since it's the start of a new season, new slate? I didn't know Carl's lisp until he read out the breakfast order with words such as schmear and sausage. And then I said to myself, there it is. The two topics not talked about enough, mental health and grief. One of the best things about Summer House for me is how real these characters are. The talks about poor mental health via Sierra and Amanda is very beneficial. If SSRIs work for them, then kudos. If smoking pot every day also helps, then also great. The formula or routine that works for one person probably won't work for the next person. For me, my drugs of choice are coffee and wine to tickle or calm down my brain. When I wake up, the song that is playing in my head is Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains. Love her. The song explores themes of isolation, insecurity, and despair, with the whole symbolizing a state of emotional entrapment. I think to myself, how many more years of this life do I have to live before drinking my first cup of Joe? Now the soundtrack changes to a gospel song in a church with a lot of hand clapping and feet stomping. I have been reborn. One of the best things about Stephen Wilson Jr. is his openness to talk about his grief in a way that is tethered to our own grief. It's okay to stop pretending that everyone's okay. Courtney, I love that you said pain shared is halved. Isn't that the truth? We're all in this muck together. We need each other. Carl looks like a guy who would get his belly button pierced. I know straight guys that do this, so it could go either way. My high school boyfriend got his belly button pierced, and one of the core memories I have of him is that he was constantly complaining about how his belly ring was always getting snagged on his shirt. It was such a turnoff. Remember back in the day how everyone was chipping their front tooth due to their tongue rings? Oh, memories from the 90s. The last time we had a consensus on Showmance was for our dislike of Jax Taylor. Do we now have a consensus for our love for Wes Wilson? Is Natalie in? Yeah, I'm in because I don't have any time for this BS of living in the past. I've seen some commenters who appear to not be his biggest fan, but does it really have to do with not liking his fashion? Listen, I don't love all of Wes' fashion. Some of it hits, some of it is a big fat miss. If so, Jax Taylor and Wes Wilson transcends politics. They are bipartisan issues. True.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, we did it, guys.
Yeah.
I got to go give Lefty an IV.
Bummer for you, Lefty.
No, it's good. It makes him healthy.
Oh, look
He
at you.
likes it.
Yeah, Mikey likes
Look
it.
at you.
I love you guys. Like, subscribe, and hype.
Yeah, and remember, Harris is going to be here for Southern Charm tomorrow. It doesn't mean that we fired Mike. Mike probably will get fired at some point. It's not happening this week, though. Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah. He just has to go do a big TV show
He's a big TV
on the beach.
producer.
And it's probably going to rain.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're not, though.
I am. I really am sorry.
You don't
I
care.
don't know. What happens if it rains?
We get wet.
Okay.
That's
Then
not
bring
making
a-
it.
Bring an umbrella and galoshes.
Bring a cat.
Always. Be like I was saying.
When in doubt, bring a cat. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Yeah, these two.
Toodles.